45 seconds. Seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
How I am as a person, and that I toggle between these two, and that she could, unless I could promise to not toggle, she kept saying you're toggling. And
I think you don't even know when you're doing that.
She would call me out on it. She's like, you're toggling. And I'm like, I can't. My whole life is a toggle. I mean, I don't know how to be just Todd. Or I don't know how to be I do know how to be just Bubba the Love Sponge. That's the problem.
Wow. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Got to get everybody's levels just right. It's been a while since we've been here. It's like you got to get warmed up a little bit. It's like you're going to the gym. You just don't go right to the weight bench. Let me do 500 pounds. You know, you got to warm up a little bit, right? I mean, yes. You know, Dan, you just don't. Okay, Bucks, go out and play right now.
Nope. You
got to warm up a little bit. I feel like we got to kind of just warm up a little bit. We've been gone for really just 2 broadcasts. Really? 2 broadcasts in a weekend. Still makes me feel a little rusty. I'm a little apprehensive. I didn't get much sleep last night.
Why not? Because you were out of practice?
Getting back into the groove.
Yeah, you're just getting back. You know, it's not. A lot of people have jet lag. It's like show lag. Like you got to prepare for. Most people just go to bed, get up, brush your teeth, and go to work. We actually have to prepare to go to work.
Yeah, it's that morning poop. You know, the other thing is, you have to try to train to do it before the show, and then if you get to sleep until 7 or 8 o'clock, it's a completely different game.
Yeah, and see, your body has to have you got 3 different schedules. You got 4. You got your lawyer schedule. You got the days that you're doing surgery at your plastics, super center. Plastic super center.
Woo! Step right up.
At your plastic super center. And then you got when you're at the plastic super center and the law office and the show with the surgery kicker days.
Yeah, those are tough.
And then you got, I'm on the show and I just got office days and then I'll mingle. Those are probably your coolest days. Those are probably the days you get to spend the most time at the law firm. And I really think that it probably as mundane as practicing law to Jay, right? Because Jay's like, what's Jay going to see that he hadn't seen before?
Right. There's just people coming in every now and then, and it's a lot of phone calls and computers and emails.
But it's all new to you, and you haven't been doing it for 20-some years like Jay.
Right. And it's limited for me, so it's fun.
So, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'd rather be, doing a little investigation on this medical malpractice and looking into research and doing all your legal case law and stuff like that, sleuth Dan like you are, rather than giving Mrs. McGillicuddy from Carrollwood Botox. sucks.
Right? No, it's fun. And, just like for you, like driving like a hauler or a forklift or
like my grader.
Right, great. It's fun to do every now and then, but if you had to do it every day for 8-9 hours a day, it would be a drag.
Like I got to go Friday and grade the track. I do, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. But I've done it for so many years now that when you do something for 13 years that started out as fun, really sucks. No matter how limited you do it. Just like, I got to get on that grader and I got to get that track just perfect and there's so many different variables as to whether you can get your track right. One of which is usually not the skill set of the operator. It's usually the weather. Oh yeah. I mean, it's not rudimentary on how to run a grader. But Dan, you could spend a weekend with me on the grader, and I could, by the end of the weekend, by like 8 hours of instruction, you would be able to grade.
Right, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have the skill set to pick things up. Lummy, probably you, Lummy, sure.
Oh, thank you.
Certainly Macho Man. Macho Man out there grading.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Getting mad at the dirt.
With his shirt off. Man, all these chicks and stuff would come. He'd be like, man, have you seen the new grader dude at Bubba Raceway Park?
Shredded.
You mean fat-ass Bubba on the... No. There's this dude. He looks like the Macho Man when he was 30. And he grades with no shirt on. And then he goes out and does like 100 push-ups and then gets back on the grader.
Crushes rocks with his bare hands.
Yeah. Rhett, I think I could. I definitely. Rhett, I think you think that I think that you're dumber than you really are. I think you think that, but I know that you're pretty smart actually, and got a pretty damn good skill set. But I think that you think that I think you're an idiot.
No, I think that you think that I think that you think that I think you're calling me not quite as smart as you would think.
Wait, hold on.
If you were smart, you would have gotten that right. That's cool.
Yeah, you're just dumb. I mean, you just made the dumbest statement ever because none of it makes sense.
That's a lot of information.
No, it would be like
a lot of thinking.
You think that I think that you are dumber than you really are in life. When really, I think that you're brilliant. I just don't know if I give off that vibe. Maybe it's on me, my friend.
No, I understand.
So,
it's okay.
He's a lot smarter than he looks.
Yeah, your look tends to be kind of a dumb ginger look, but inside you're anything but. You know what I'm saying? Like you're anything but that.
No, he's smart.
You're still a ginger, but
you're still a filthy ginger.
You got to dock off points for that.
But when a chick that may not be into filthy gingers probably has a conversation with you, she's like, man, this guy's got a good vibe.
Yeah, you're great online.
Yeah, so, hold on. I think he's pretty good in person, too. She's like, I'm going to meet this filthy ginger. And then she meets, you're upper crust filthy ginger, if you know what I'm saying.
Thank you. Thank you. That's quite a compliment.
I'm just middle of the road fat guy 57. You know what I'm saying? White, fat guy, white 57-year-old dude. I'm mid-pack. Dan, white 57-year-old dude is upper.
Dan's white?
No, well,
sort of.
Middle Eastern, whatever.
Middle Eastern.
He's high.
It's Mediterranean.
Can we call him a hybrid white guy?
Hybrid?
Honorary white guy?
No,
honorary.
He's a hybrid. He's the best of the white man. He's the best of the Italian man. He's the best of the Middle Eastern man. He's hybrid Dan.
Sure.
So Dan's on the, I'm in the middle of that white guy schedule, slate. Now, you're on the white guy spectrum. You're kind of maybe a little cog below me, maybe. Well, see, I think that's where you are. I think maybe that's where I'm wrong. I'm thinking that maybe, just radio-wise, of course, I'm better than you, but maybe you're smarter in life than me.
Are we talking about World War II and fish?
Well,
because then he's a genius.
Hold on. That was great. Yeah, World War II and fish.
He's very niche smart.
Yeah.
When it comes to a few
gambling,
drinking,
alcohol.
Truly a man of God.
Sports.
Yes, a biblical scholar.
Yeah, he knows a lot about the... I mean, see,
Are you a Bible guy?
So
Oh,
listen,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he knows a lot about
so
it.
hold on. You guys just talked about things that I know nothing of. So like that makes him like, if we were just to start scoring here, Lummy like 6, Bubba 1. I can run. Hold on. I can do radio better.
Right.
Bubba 1. I can run. I can probably work heavy machinery better. That's 2.
You're funnier.
Well, that's
an art. That's a skill.
we don't know that.
What do you mean we don't know that?
I mean, we don't
You're
know.
the funniest guy I know.
Bubba's like
There's
mid-brow.
like 2 guys
Lummy's
I've
like
ever met.
lowbrow.
Huh?
Okay, all right. So let me.
Mid-brow humor, lowbrow
They say
humor.
They say I'm funnier than you are.
You can race cars better than me.
Well,
Right.
oh, okay, I can race cars better than you.
Are you a better mechanic?
Yes, far better mechanic.
Probably grade a track better.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
but-
think you could grade a
No,
track
hold
better,
on.
Mommy?
Hold on. That's in the heavy equipment operator deal.
Okay.
So I don't want to get
fair
2
enough.
points instead of 1.
Coach?
We've not seen Lummy coach. I bet you Lummy could be a hell of a coach.
I bet he'd be good. He'd be good with like the girls'
Soccer team.
soccer team.
Yeah.
All right,
Still
so
coaching.
I'm a better coach. All right, so okay, I got 7. That's it, Lummy. There's nothing else they can find.
Race car driver, you said?
I already said that.
Better
But-
lover.
Well,
Oh,
Lummy,
yeah. You got better
Love it.
oral skills.
Let me-
Better
I mean,
oral skills.
Lummy,
Come on.
you're just saying because you've learned your techniques from me
Of
that makes
course.
me the sensei.
Yes.
All right, better lover.
He's better at getting pegged. I mean, it's different.
No,
different
see,
skill
Dan,
set.
Stop.
Come on.
We're just talking about. I mean, he's had many jet skiing sessions with his
Yes.
lovely wife Ashley. So, don't put the pegging on this because that's their fetish. That's their kink.
Okay,
They
sorry.
don't do it all the time.
Thanks, Dr. Dan.
Rare.
No, hold on. Thanks, Bubba, for hold on. Dan,
I think he
all-
said that
I meant that
sarcastically.
sarcastically.
So it says, it's like, man, that's how stupid you are. You're thinking the wrong guy.
No.
He had you as a serial pegger.
Oh,
I had
no.
you, anniversaries and birthdays
He
only.
reached for that low hanging fruit.
Yeah, I was
It was
like,
lying,
I mean,
you're
what's?
right.
I mean,
It was-
Lummy, is it better to get pegged as a man? Is it better to get pegged, celebratorially 3 or 4 times, or is it better to get pegged every time?
Celebratory.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to give you.
Thank you. Oh, I know. I was being sarcastic.
That was sarcasm,
Dr. Dan,
Bubba.
All right, let me like 8 or 9.
Yeah, of
so let's talk thinking about what you're better at me at. You're better at fishing.
Yep.
Or just like knowing about fish.
Yes. Okay. So better at knowing about wildlife.
Yeah, wildlife.
Okay. And then
Biblical.
you're better at the Bible.
Yes.
You're
History.
better. You're better at World War II.
Yeah.
Specifically World War II history.
Right. You're better at
Basketball?
basketball. Yes. He's better at baseball. Well,
Oh,
let's
my
just-
God. He knocked the hell out of those
Hold on,
balls.
hold on.
Carrying fridges upstairs.
Let's just say I'll give him he's a better athlete. He's better at sports than me. I might, have been comparable to him in football or weightlifting or something like that, but I think Lummy, he's far better
I think
basketball
he's
player.
more coordinated.
I don't know that he's
than
more
you.
coordinated. He's just more athletic. He's bigger. He's built like an athlete.
Yeah, he's built like a college athlete.
Right. So definitely
Almost was one.
That's 5. Or that's 5, Lummy.
Yep.
You're probably you're a better dad than me. Because, your kid's still talking to you, at least.
Oh, yeah,
I know
yeah,
he's
I'll
only
take-
2.
yeah, I'll take that point. I'll take the point.
Give him a couple more years.
I mean, so let me see. I mean, I don't know.
8, 6. Yeah. I mean,
Probably it looks like I'm a little better man than you are.
Yeah.
So in the white guy category, Dan is at the top, you're at the bottom, and I'm in the middle.
there we go.
Rhett, meanwhile, in the ginger category, he's
Which
upper,
is separate from the white category?
upper
Yes,
crush.
completely
Interesting.
separate.
Okay.
And then,
All right.
and then Macho Man, we don't even know what category we put him in. He's obviously a white man, but he's a freak of nature.
Phenom.
Yeah, so he's probably right there with Dan, but on a different level.
So where do you stick Anna? Like what? First of all, like
Hold
what
on, I'm
category
getting
is?
to Anna. If you
Okay.
shut your mouth.
Oh, I'm in the
appreciate
man
it.
category too.
Well, you're in the category of women, white
All by
women,
myself.
White? Is she white?
white.
I don't
woman.
know. It's also debatable.
I mean, how she's as white as I am.
I know.
She is a white Jewish woman. And in the white Jewish woman world, I would say she's probably up there towards the top more than the bottom. So I would think that she would be.
On what metrics?
I don't see, just
Being a Jew? That's
No,
Have you seen the
negative 10.
footage?
No,
Have
be-
you seen the footage?
just being like, you're kind of cute, you're pretty smart, but you got a lot of bad things. You got irritation, and you got
That's pretty standard with the JCOM. So
a know-it-all, Snoopy. So I mean, you got a lot of things that irritate us, but you are cute and you're funny and you're good on the radio. And we don't know what kind of lover you are, but look, I'm assuming probably pretty good.
probably pretty average.
Because and then you're in shape.
It's a good runner. It's a great runner.
Thank you.
You are
Nice shoulders.
Well, don't try to get 2 points for one.
Oh.
That's overall fitness is
Thank you.
good. You don't have to break it down into shoulders, hams.
It's a mean guillotine.
She knows about
Let's call that motivated. Because like some bitches don't want to go roll around all afternoon and be studs. Some bitches just want to sit there and get their nails done and live off their husband's money.
Right.
You, meanwhile, you're out there doing it. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. Your
I
grind.
appreciate that.
Give her, let me that be like that's her grind. You know what I'm saying? She's not trying to be some housewife, some sugar bitch. She's out there getting a grind.
I ain't no sugar bitch.
Ain't no sugar bitch. She ain't no sugar bitch. She's about. You know what? She's about to get hers.
Yeah, I'm about to get mine, bitch.
So you're above average.
Okay. Thank you.
So you're a B.
I'll take a B.
I'm a C. Lummy's a D. Mach is a B.
You do like minuses and pluses too.
And Dan is an A. That's how I rate the mans here at the BRN. Ready? Dan an A, Macho a B, Rhett a C, Bubba a D, and Lummy's an F.
An F?
Yeah.
I lost.
Hey, come on.
I mean, Lummy, World War II and fishing will only get you so far, okay?
I do know other topics besides just World War II.
I know sports
Bible.
and things like that, Bible.
Yeah, he knows a lot about
stuff
sports.
that doesn't matter, stuff that's stupid.
Well, I know current events.
Sports is stupid?
Yeah, well, no, but the Bible.
I've seen every episode of Fox News that ever was.
That's right.
All right, I'll give you a D. You can be down there with me, okay? How about I be a D plus and you just be a D?
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I just gotta let me as your boss.
Yes, of course.
And the owner of this empire, I have to feel as if I'm at least better than one person.
Oh, of course.
I mean, please. I didn't sleep. You know what? So listen to this. This is how effed up I am. So I'm like, okay, Anna, you'll feel me because you're regimented like me.
Oh, yeah.
Dan's just a wild cat. Like, he just goes to bed. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason with three. I mean, didn't we see Dan's wildness on the way to Orlando?
Yes.
Wildness, come on.
He's just wild.
I'm
In
normal.
fact, I think I described
No, you're
him.
not.
I think I described him on the way to
You
Orlando.
are not real.
As,
You're not
you're
real.
just not.
That mother effer right there.
I have
is
told,
not real.
I have told your intake levels to other human beings that are that know you and they're like, Dan. I'm like, Dan is from another planet.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Yes, he knows it all. Yes, he's a doctor. Yes, he's a lawyer. He's an MD with a JD kicker. Like, it's super rare, highly educated, went to Oxford for some time. Like, he's just the man, right?
Yes.
And then on top
And then
of
on
that,
top of that, man, the bitch will party you under the table. And the bitch will just party
wild.
and be just straight as an arrow. Just unbelievable.
Oh, and about to tap out.
My God.
No.
I mean, I think we all would say that Dan of us is the wildcat of partying. I mean, Dan is, and as soon as you get him in a confined area, like a van, like the Mercedes Sprinter that Rob Elder was so generous.
That was fun.
with.
Wasn't that a nice trip, though? Like,
That's
I
the
mean, just
way
having
to
the
do it.
accommodations.
That's the
it
way.
was a beautiful
I
story.
mean,
That's the way to do it. And then had we spent a little bit of time, Dan, and learned, we could have pumped Anna's music through. Like, we just jumped in. Had we really, found out what motto we were going to have, I mean, we could have, like, maybe YouTubed on how to pump. If we would have had Anna's music, imagine, because I know Anna had some music, some EDM stuff that she wanted to.
Luckily, I had headphones, so I could just vibe out.
I know, but we could have vibed out too.
I don't know if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, we did.
You did?
Yeah, better than
We were
just
laughing,
listen
man.
to
We
the-
laughed so much. It was so fun. Heckling.
Rad, are we gonna eventually? Have you gone through that? And is it arable or is it a little too? Is it too dirty?
Talking about the trip from the van?
Yeah.
We got some stuff. I mean, most of it should be fine.
All right,
There's a good amount of it, though, in that Stogies and Cycles video.
Are you working on it?
That video came out last week.
The van ride too?
Yeah, it's in the beginning.
Oh.
it's like 5 or 6 minutes in the beginning.
Bubba's
Really?
so high.
No, but hold on. Here's the deal. If I go and play it right now, is it going to be funny? I mean, like, is it funny?
I hope.
Hold on. It's not.
I hope.
I don't see it. It's not been. It's unlisted, buddy.
Bubba gets way too high at Florida Man Radio, Stogies and Spirits.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's up there.
Oh, okay.
It's like 10 minutes.
That's what we're calling it. Oh, guess what, guys? So, I was at, because I go to the back end of our YouTube all the time, and you're always trying to fix a copyright strike or, do a revenue share on some type of music whatever. It's constantly just throwing you curveballs. And by the time you get the video all cleaned up, it's already got its pop, right? It's already 2 or 3 days old.
Of course.
So this isn't, so as soon as Dan gets in this Sprinter, like as soon as we get going down the road a little bit, when we started out the event, we kind of pre-partied in the parking lot, got everything all set up, and then we piled in the van, and everything was great. And this is just a little bit of I videotaped like 3 or 4 different times while we were in the van headed over. And mostly because I was really, I think I came out of the box hardest on the partying. I think me and Rhett came out of the box the hardest, and then Dan brought, so me and Rhett, we're just chilling out, and all of a sudden Lummy and Dan wants to get into like a road construction conversation, and I'm like, you guys are killing my buzz, man. So this is a video on our YouTube channel, which, by the way, YouTube got a hold of me this week and said, verified the business address and all that kind of deal, and said our plaque is on the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we thank you so very much for following our YouTube channel at the Bubba Army. And did you guys see some of the I did the how to make my dressing video, and then I did Bubba cutting carving the turkey video.
Yeah, it was good.
So I put 2 pieces of up. Dan, how many pieces did you provide for the weekend?
I have a piece that I was going to give today.
You do?
Yes.
And can you tell me what it's about?
It's just a car show. It's nothing Thanksgiving-y.
Like,
It's
no,
minutes long, though.
I know, but like, it's not. Does it show you, or you the host, or like?
So I'm talking through it.
Sounds stupid.
Probably.
Lummy, obviously you did a goat. I mean, there's many things that your rich ass got yourself into this weekend, and you know, people don't want to see car shows. People want to see you doing your thing. You're the star, not the McLaren that you're taking a picture of that you traded in 2 cars ago because it was a lemon. Nobody cares about car. You know what I'm saying? Or car shows are cool, but you got to incorporate your personality. Everybody wants to see. I mean, we're on Planet Dan. Like, I mean, too bad I couldn't have a real behind that. See, the fans really like the behind the scenes deal. Like, you and your family all sat down for your Thanksgiving deal.
Ruth Chris? Was it Ruth Chris?
Wherever. Hey, it's Dan. I'm with my family, and we're at Ruth's Chris for our
family
for our Thanksgiving dinner.
Like it?
Just say hi, everybody. Hey, and there's my kids, and there's my lovely wife, and hi, I'm Dr. Dan Diaco, JDMD, and I'm such a pimp that I don't make my beautiful wife have to slave behind the stove all day like Bubba Clem makes his sister do. I just go to a restaurant, and this meal is going to probably cost me about $600-700 the way I figured. Bubba's my $700 meal will be the same type of poop as Bubba's $30 meal. Right? It all turns into poop, doesn't it?
Sure do.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Well, some much more solid than others, but yes.
So I'm just saying, like, Dan, that would have been cool to seeing, that would have been kind of cool for you, buddy. Trying to keep that in mind now that we're over the 100,000 mark, and now we're gonna explode. And they want exclusive content. Remember that.
Okay.
Anna, you remember that too.
I remember.
Everybody remember
Thank
it.
you.
Don't be this channel only about stuff that I do. They want to see you guys too. Please.
Blended barrel for the Florida Man.
All right, but go to our YouTube channel.
He has such a great voice.
I think Bubba gets way too high at Florida Man Radio's Stogies and Spirits. Oh, Shannon Burke not only has a great everything.
Just a great deep baritone voice.
One of my favorite guys in radio and life too. I love him.
I don't know. This is the 5th.
See, I think I look pretty damn good there.
You do.
You're pulling it off. Like me. I was gone.
Showing up to the event and really not being able to speak and shuffle around like Joe Biden is better than being in a fetal position in Susan Poitras's car thinking that devils are after you.
Crying.
Crying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aggressively
That's
crying,
not
sobbing, if you will.
That's not pulling it off.
No, not pulling off at all.
Completely opposite of Dan.
But better in her car alone than in front of everyone.
Yeah, sure.
So.
I don't know if you noticed, a very subdued Bubba the Love Sponge here tonight.
Dude. That's a great
I don't know what his gimmick is right now, but last year you probably could have gotten near him because he was very physical.
To me, Lummy, it looks like there's a lot of people marking out to me.
Sure is.
Couple
You look
hot,
good.
You look good there.
Yeah.
couple hot chicks here. Hold on.
Hold that rail.
Yeah, exactly. For dear life.
What his gimmick is right now.
Hold on.
But
I mean, look at that. A couple. Hot, I mean, if you got hot chicks, if you got a hot black chick that's being cool to you as a white male, then you just got a little bit of the it factor.
Did you feel like she could kick our ass?
Because sisters know. Cool white guys from want to be. Yeah, I don't know if she could kick our ass. I know that she's very attractive.
She was pretty athletic looking.
Yeah, very.
Very physical.
Yeah, there you go. Look at the. See, I'm just like, I don't think I'm high guy. I think I'm cool guy.
Yeah, you are a cool guy, dude. Got a nice grin.
I think I'm cool high guy. Be like, hey man, I'm partying. I don't have to go up there. Please, I'm pimp. Okay, so earlier that day.
You're like Snoop
I
Dogg.
may have to dump here.
By the way, Rhett, I apologize for not catching this video last week. This is brilliant. This is great work.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. I'm sorry I missed it. Yeah. All right, hold
How
on.
incriminating is this?
You taping this?
Hold on. So here's Dan asking me, "You taping this?" In the typical Italian. I need to change my mindset if I'm on tape. I just can't. I can't run. I can't speak as freely as I do recorded versus non-recorded. Right, Dan?
Absolutely.
For
I mean, I
fear that a piece might get released to Steven, and then Steven just is all up your ass for saying just something stupid.
Well, this is just when we were all enjoying Hershey chocolate.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Hershey's. Hershey chocolate kisses.
Oh, this is funny.
My favorite.
Ew! You need water?
It's not bad. It's chocolate.
Look at downtown Tampa. The dumbest fucking thing ever.
Lummy, come on, man.
Lummy.
Jesus, Lummy.
Lummy's very
God.
passionate
What?
about public
Lummy's-
transportation.
Hold on. Can you say that again?
Lummy's very passionate about public transportation.
He sure is.
He is. He goes to the Florida Department of Transportation website,
FDOT.
and he looks at the plans, and he knows what the upcoming plan. Like he knows all. He's like, I'm
goes
just
to
telling you
the
right now,
meetings.
they're doing this right now because in 3 years they got this road right here coming right here.
Yeah.
I just to the plans. I've already seen the plans. In 2027, it's going to have this corridor that goes right down here in a feeder road.
Feeder roads.
Yet they have a fucking little construction.
Oh my God, Lummy.
God, Lummy, I was even letting the dump build up. You foul mouth.
Yeah, you should
D.
be.
You foul mouth D. I'm a D plus bitch. About to get mine.
Thing that you can do 2 lanes off of it, and they literally let it sit there forever. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever.
Oh my God.
God.
Lummy.
Next time I will censor myself.
I mean, you saw me. I think everybody knew that I was taping. I wasn't trying to do a Hogan deal or nothing.
I know. I didn't. I thought we could be free on YouTube to speak our
We
minds.
can. This is not your fault, my friend.
Thank
You're
you,
right.
sorry.
On YouTube, this language is okay. Just it's on terrestrial radio. I just was trying to
I know, I'm sorry.
show your brilliance, my friend.
But now look at it, downtown Tampa. Huge infrastructure. You're really stressed out over this, man. No, this is.
I'm like, man, can you chill out?
I mean, like, because
I got merch click on my back.
Really,
row.
you guys is really
you know
ruining
why? Because our text don't go up.
It's ruining my buzz. It's really ruining my buzz, man.
One question though.
I mean, I would really like to have some tranquility right now.
How would you fix it?
Can we?
Can we? In 2000.
Now, see, look at this. We're stop and go for traffic. You can see that it's like we're stop and go traffic, and I got to hear Johnny Road Construction. I just want to ride it out a little bit.
Hold on. I just got a message from the driver, and he's asking I could please settle it down a little bit.
2011. when the government approved during that whole thing.
Lummy, why are we talking?
He asked me how to fix it.
Road construction.
He asked me how to fix it.
Why are we talking about road construction? Hold on.
Next president that comes in.
Minnie Mouse. I might tell her to shut up.
You asked me how to fix it. Right now, how to fix it?
I can fix it today.
Today?
Yeah, what would you do for in the next?
Dan's gonna fix it today with a Ferrari in every parking lot.
He'll fix it.
So for next year, get a year or 2 years to fix something.
Can I
already do
please
that. It doesn't work.
put in?
We're
Or,
still feeding
can I
this
put in?
thing.
See, like they don't even. I'm the boss here, okay? And I'm trying to gain just some control here, but they don't even care.
Request that we just. This is just a request.
What?
We just chill out a little bit and everybody just feel the vibe and stuff. Instead of worry about this. Jesus, you guys. Jeez, man, you two are just shut the fuck up, okay?
Bubba. Come on, man.
Bubba trying to articulate a thought.
Anyway, that is on our YouTube channel. Bubba Gets Too High at Florida Man Stogies and Spirits. So yes, it includes a little bit of the car ride over, which again, Dan was a wild. Back to Dan being a wild cat. He just hold on here. I think I equated Dan to if you're going to the vet, if you're taking your cat to the vet, you just can't put your cat in a most people just can't put their cat inside of a car and drive around because most cats are not familiar with cars.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs and stuff like that, they can go for car rides, but cats usually don't.
Yeah, I lost a cat that way.
So when you put a cat in your car to take it to the vet, you got to put it in one of those little carriers, well, they're always mad as hell when they're in there. And they'll go like they're mad as hell and they'll go back and forth. That's what Dan is like when he's inside of a Sprinter for 3 hours. He's just like wanting to get out, wanting to go to food places, wanting to go to Bojangles, wanting to complain about the Bojangle fries, everything.
I had a lovely eating experience, though. I mean, the Bojangles sandwich was unbelievable and the hot fries were great. But you're right about the cats. I mean, I lost a cat once doing that, driving around with it without a cage.
Oh, you just said, okay, I'm going to take it from point A to point B or to the vet, and you put the cat just in the car, and you're driving.
Well, I was picking the cat up from getting declawed and neutered.
Back when they would declaw a cat. They won't declaw a cat.
And
now.
you just lost it?
Well, I was near St. Joe's. I was about to head back up to Gainesville. And I had my window cracked, and I stopped at a stop sign, and he went right out that window and took off.
Now, had he been to the vet yet?
Yeah, he had already been to the vet. So he had fresh bandages.
Sedated?
So
he'd already been cut, snipped, and his claws. I mean, think about how tender his front claws were.
Right, and where he landed. Yeah, he had to land on his clawless front paws, which I'm sure hurt. And then he's out in the wild with no claws, no defense, and stitches in his testicles.
Did you pull your car over and try to get him?
For an hour, I couldn't find him. He was pissed.
Oh.
He was
so
mad.
He's gone.
Yeah, gone.
Well, good for him. He probably died.
Oreo.
Was it your?
I'm just saying, he didn't realize, man, you were going to give him a great life. He was going to have the best life ever.
He had the best life. His first year of life was awesome. He had a great first year.
It was your cat, or
my
it was
cat? Yeah, it was
someone else?
in medical school.
Yeah, but you have to understand, Dan.
I can't imagine you as a
understand.
cat guy.
I'm too busy for a dog.
You got to understand. The way this cat's thinking, he's like, man, I am living high on the hog. I got my claws, I got my balls.
Yep.
I'm hanging out with this. I'm just hanging out with this cool dude. He's got a bunch of hot bitches over here. I'm just cool.
Yeah.
Then one day he yokes me up and takes me to this place, and they pull out all my fingers and they cut my balls off.
Yeah.
Man, this dude's not the dude I thought he was. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Life's much better with claws and balls.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, the guy that claws and balls you, man, as a cat, you probably don't have the ability. You probably don't have the ability to think, man, I got a roof over my head, and I got tender victuals every day and a nice little box to poop in. That cat doesn't even know what the wild's like, right?
No, not at all.
He's going to get his. By the way, he's going to get his first raccoon or something like that he encounters, and he has no front claws.
Mm-hmm.
He's done.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got hit by a car.
Yeah, he probably did.
Poor thing. Poor Oreo. That was his name.
Oreo. Yeah, no, he's just a crushed Oreo.
By the way,
just a crushed Oreo.
by the way, Lummy, we did hit 6 million.
Oh, nice.
In our download a podcast.
Congrats.
So today's exclusive podcast
Says today
will be the big Chicago June of 1989 Chicago
Bette Midler, Sexapade.
Bette Midler,
Jet skis in Chicago.
Bette Midler, Martika, Debbie Gibson Caper. That whole big deal. It was June of '89, and nobody knows who she is now, but if you knew who she was then, for like a couple years, I was pretty from Chicago, from when that happened, I went to Philly and told the story, I'm this jock from Chicago coming in, and they're like, hey man, and I'm like, well, last concert, we had such and such at the Florida State Fair, and I blasted her.
Oh.
They're probably, and they're like, yeah, whatever, buddy.
Yeah.
Fat ass with a ponytail, please.
No sleeves.
Please. So anyway, I'll tell that's for today's exclusive podcast. That's available only wherever you get your podcast. But Lumley, the probably the most efficient place to get that podcast, the 6 millionth Bubba. We're gonna have to title it something kind of something clickbaity, Lummy. Well, first of all, we're gonna make sure we have to tell everybody it's the 6 millionth. It's the 6 millionth download show where Bubba, reveals what female pop star he blasted. It's a little cumbersome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not going to just be the Monday exclusive podcast?
No, it's
on the website.
How about Bubba blasts pop star?
Well, I think no.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. We might. That's the way it's supposed to. Okay, yeah.
We have to have it.
Do you want more emails, Bubba?
No.
We could just put
I guess it's just going to have to be labeled the way everything else is labeled.
We could put
in
it
the description.
Yeah, like when we post about it on Instagram and TikTok, we can say what it is.
No, we can have a 3-hour meeting about it.
Yeah, we can put.
No. Just do it the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, okay.
And somehow put in there that we're celebrating in the description part. We're celebrating our 6 millionth download. And Bubba blasted, some hot pop star. Well, you guys know what to do.
Did she have a number one?
I don't. It might maybe
on the pop charts. It was up there though, right? Like top 10 all day long.
I'll Google it here next, and I'll be able to tell you here in a minute what her big. I think she had 2 songs actually.
Oh.
Did anybody see the Cher Macy's Day?
No.
Thing?
No.
All right. And did anybody see Dolly Parton?
Sure did.
Yep.
My God.
I was very confused.
And don't think I didn't catch a bunch of heat because my mom, Dolly Parton, is 1 year older than my mom. So I'm watching it, and I should have been rolling on this one because I'm ribbing Janie Cakes about Mom. Look at her. She's a year older than her, and look at her and look at you. She's like.
You said that?
Yeah, just being funny. Just ribs, right?
Yeah.
Just ribs.
Yeah, my dad was fretting over her.
See?
Right after the prayer.
Yeah, my grandpa too.
Yeah, all the old timers had boners over Cher and Dolly Parton.
Yeah. We deviated from the norm, and look what came of it.
You have some issues, kid.
Bubba the Love Sponge. The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
What do you think Googled how old is Dolly Parton?
That day,
I feel like there was at least 3 people at my Thanksgiving. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Bubba? Oh, yeah, we'll do it next break. All right.
Like, great. A little unstable, but great. She was really gripping on the side of the stage.
Now. Huh?
She was really, gripping on the side of the stage. But she looked like Bubba at the Stogies and Cycles thing. But she looked fucking
Shut up,
good.
bitch.
Sorry. You looked better than me. I say that much. I think she's almost 78. She'll be 78 in Jan.
Lummy, do we need to have an ISO camera on the...
Oh, she was really pretty when she was younger.
Oh, out there.
Dolly? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was beautiful. She's always been great. She's a beautiful kid. Yeah. She was a little weird for a while, but...
January 19th. She was 78.
Yeah, look at
thick at one point. She lost it.
It looks like a British judge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
With a big wig.
Yeah.
From like the 1700s.
They still wear that shit. It's fucking weird.
The wigs. Oh. Alright.
Dude, I'm so disappointed. My dad said that Napoleon movie kind of sucks.
Oh, really?
I was gonna see it
I like
today.
Joachim Phoenix too.
Pardon?
I like Joachim Phoenix. And he's the one that doesn't it?
Did Joaquin or?
Joaquin, yeah. Joachim.
Not in Hamas. What do you
He's-
call
he
him?
might as well be. What's up, Holyoke? Simon. Good morning. Group of lips.
So Holyoke, I'm glad you're alive.
Low bug, fan in Orlando.
We got a lot of people ducking.
Oldie 541.
I saw a lot of cool Jeeps and no ducks.
Holyoke.
Go check out 10 Ducks with fucking...
With merch
Chicks for Guns,
Yeah.
2X.
Okay.
And then film yourself doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kicks for Guns, 2X. Good morning. Hippie Short Stroker. What's up, Iggy? Good morning.
Let's see, Dolly Parton. Doesn't even look like herself there. I don't know what that is.
What? There?
If they're like, who's that? I'd be like, I have
Pretty.
no idea.
It was
Who's
pretty
that?
there.
She just doesn't look like herself.
Farva, good morning.
What's up, Farva? Walking your ass off. Appreciate ya. Yeah.
What's up, Kenny Powers?
Happy Jasper.
Robert Smith. Pro Wrestling Night.
Cash App. Help us finish the month good, strong.
Oh yeah, it's almost the end of the fucking month, which means it's almost the end of the year.
Scott. Kenny Powers.
What's up, RJ T-Ball? Joe from the West Side.
Big Buck.
Balls Rana. And then it's his beast.
What's up, Ginger in Florida? I just realized that you are Leslie.
Don Andor.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were Ginger.
Wait, Derby.
I mean, we got a cash app.
Almost the voice.
Did you see that?
Come in. Did we get one? Is it T-shirt Will?
Oh.
All balls Rana, $20 on the Cash App. First one of the day. Thank you, Ball Balls Rana.
I love that name.
Old
One of my
balls?
favorites. Bald Balls Rana. One of my favorites. Holyoke Joe. Smasher. Yinzer in Florida.
Are they gonna call you the police?
For Guns. Why did Napoleon suck so bad?
My dad just said, well, it's a long movie. It's like 2 hours and 38 minutes. And my dad just said it was kind of slow and boring. And he was excited about it too.
I saw Lone Survivor again this weekend.
Good movie.
Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that...
a good movie.
Oh, I got to talk to you about a series. Have you guys heard about the Band of Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, that's well old. That's like
Oh,
over two.
it's from 2001.
Yeah, it's really old.
Did you guys see it though?
Yeah, I saw it back then.
Didn't Tom Hanks do that after filming Private Ryan?
Yeah.
He's in that too?
Do you think he produced it or directed it or
Did
something?
you see it?
It was on HBO. Yeah.
Yeah. It's on Netflix now.
big, fat, greasy bitch. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. And now, here's your host, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Lummy. Yes. By the way, the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, Monday, November 27th, 2023. And Lummy, always on this Monday is when we light our show Christmas tree. Now, our show Christmas tree is a hand-me-down from when I used to have a big-ass house back in the day, and then when I lost it or had to sell it in 2000 and I think, was it? Well, no, Lummy. It was way before that because I didn't sell it till 19, but I brought this thing in about 2015 after I had no more family.
Yeah, you got in here.
Yeah. It was just pretty much me and Tyler.
Where your family?
It was just me and Tyler then at that point, and then it was just me. He'd left, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna set up this big ass Christmas tree for myself. This is ridiculous. So I brought it into and let me in 2017 is when we first started Twitch, and we actually had a visual. Like when we were just regular radio, nobody could appreciate that we have a 13-foot badass $3,000 LED Willie, Christmas tree. I guarantee you there's a lot of visual shows out there that don't have we probably in the podcasting, visual, YouTube, Rumble, that whole world streaming, if you will, where shows are visual, we probably have the baddest. I guarantee our Christmas tree's more badass than Joe Rogan's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing against Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan doesn't need the Christmas tree. I do. Sorry. So, Lummy, we light, you and Big Red every year assemble the Christmas tree on the week of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then the Monday after Thanksgiving, we always do the lighting of the Christmas tree.
Oh.
And then you'll be able to see the Christmas tree behind Anna. And then during the hot mic segments and when we're gone, we'll have an ISO on the Christmas tree.
Yes,
it's so pretty.
It is so very pretty. And so, Lummy, since you are, not only did you erect it, but you also are kind of our show Bumble, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Like on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that big... Remember that big monster they had, and all they had to do was cut his teeth out, and he turned into a pussy?
Yes.
Well, look at you. You don't have any big teeth like that.
No.
So you're gentle.
Yes, I'm gentle.
He's a gentle giant.
He is gentle. Lummy, you're far. If you were really a mean dude, like if you had the skill set of Rob Kahn, do you know how badass you would be?
Oh, I'd be hard to handle.
My God, you would be.
Said I'm just a big.
Said you're just a big whatever blob of
teddy bear.
blob of teddy bearness.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll be the teddy bear.
All right, so let's have you go over.
You can snap.
And this is the lighting of the Bubba Army Christmas tree right here by our very own.
Lummy has no shoes on, by the way.
By our very own Bumble.
Yeah, he's shoeless today.
Most alcoholic.
So confused.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
Oh,
it's
so pretty.
Very pretty. And hopefully the guys can adjust the camera so that during the hot mic we can actually get maybe kind of the top of the tree because it's cut off about maybe there's about 25% more tree.
Yeah,
that looks kind of cool.
It's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Maybe take that extension cord, Lummy, and maybe move that so it aesthetically looks nicer too.
Okay.
So whatever.
Will do.
There you go, Lummy. Good job, lighting. Thank you, my little Bumble.
Yay.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Look at you.
How was your Thanksgiving, Lummy? You had the Ashley parents first with your parents kicker. How'd it go?
Oh, it went well. A lot of traveling.
I hear you.
The first one we watched the Macy's Day Parade. The whole time Walker loved it
with Cher.
It was absolutely Walker went crazy over the whole thing, and then we watched the Packers. And after the Packers game, we drove to my parents and
hold on.
There.
And
then my dad fronted over at Dolly Parton.
And what in the hell Packer team is this?
I know.
What in the hell is going on?
They look good.
I got to think, honest to God, I know everybody's going to say Bubba's Johnny Flip-Flopper. Listen, all NFL teams are flip-floppers. We're mad. We're happy. We know it all. We don't know it all. This guy's an ass bucket. This guy sucks. This guy's not. He's the greatest. Oh, that guy that I said sucks? He really doesn't suck. He looks like he's coming around. He's pretty good. oh, that guy that should have been fired. Oh, maybe I was wrong on that deal. I mean, it's a very volatile situation being an NFL fan, especially a Packer fan, Lummy.
Up and down this year.
So the Packers show up and quite frankly, got that ass.
They sure did.
Got that. I mean, I don't know that Detroit was ever in the game.
They weren't. Well, the first quarter.
Yeah, maybe.
That's it.
I don't know if Rhett, did you watch the Packer game? He's not available. So anyway, and then here's one thing that is completely completely blows my mind. I'm not even going to show it to people yet. You know, everybody's getting on Jordan Love, me inclusive. I mean, I've been like, Jordan Love sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Love does not have the touch of Aaron Rodgers. Oh, my God, what were we doing? What are we thinking?
You know, I think a lot of people lose sight of the fact that most quarterbacks suck the first 2 or 3 years in the NFL.
So here's the deal, Danny. This is going to blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how good Aaron Rodgers is, right?
Right.
His skill set.
Well, yeah.
Okay. And he inherited the team. He was 3 years behind Brett Favre, started his fourth.
Correct.
This guy, Jordan Love, was 3 years behind Aaron Rodgers, starting his fourth.
I see a pattern.
I think Rhett called it best today, and it's eerie.
It is eerie.
So I'm going to show you some statistics, Dan, that'll flip you out. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just coincidental. It's eerie.
Like the Lincoln Kennedy analogies.
Just watch. So your par is what Aaron Rodgers turned into from his fourth season as a rookie behind Brett Favre for 3 in his very first year, and then what he achieved thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. This will blow you mind. This is Aaron Rodgers versus Jordan Love, their first year as a starter after 3 years behind a guy after 11 games. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this. This will freak you out. Aaron Rodgers, 2,599 yards. Jordan Love, 2,599 yards.
Very close.
Aaron Rodgers, 17 TDs. Jordan Love, 19 TDs. Aaron Rodgers, 9 interceptions. Love, 10 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, 21 total touchdowns. Jordan Love, 21 total touchdowns. Record for Aaron Rodgers, 5-6. Record for Jordan Love, 5-6.
Wow.
That's eerie?
That is eerie. So I guess we, over the next 5 years, expect the Packers to win a Super Bowl and choke 4 times.
Wow. Are you still Dan on mushroom bars? My Lord, what a dick. What a dick move. Oh, yeah, better than your team right now.
Dude, the Bucks suck. They're the worst team I've ever seen.
How the
I
Bucks
can't
looking?
believe they should fire everybody. They should even fire the guys that wash the socks. They should fire the whole organization, start over, be better.
I mean, but here's the deal. Whether Rhett can contribute or not, they're not that far off. They're not that far off. They're a pretty damn good team. I think Indy's a far better team than its record indicates.
Oh yeah.
And winning on the road, you're automatically down 3 just going into the game, and they really didn't make that many mistakes yesterday. And they're not that bad of a team, and they're in the weakest division in football. So I mean, they're very much still in it.
They got to
be. They got the Falcons to play yet. They got the Saints.
Panthers.
They got the Panthers. They got the Falcon. They got Green Bay and Green Bay. That probably won't work out for them.
Probably not now.
They got the Falcons, which they can beat. They got the Saints, which they can beat. They got the Panthers, which they can beat.
Yep.
They got to play Jacksonville.
Okay, but that puts them at they're
2 more losses. They're going to be 9 losses no matter what.
They're going to be 8 and 9.
And that can get us in the playoffs and win the division.
8 and 9 might win the division.
Yep.
My problem is this though. Like yesterday was the week they should have handled business.
Yep.
You know, if they're going to be a team that has any realistic shot at winning an awful division, then you have to beat awful football teams. And the Colts are not a good team. Gardner Minshew did not play well yesterday.
No, but they're not a bad team. Their defense played really well.
They're a bad team, Lummy.
Okay. Oh.
How can you defend a 1-6 stretch since the bye week? You cannot. They are a bad team. They are finding ways to lose.
You talking about the Bucks?
No, the Bucks are a bad team too.
I know, but the Colts aren't that bad.
They're pretty bad.
Rhett says they're pretty bad.
All right.
I tell you that Taylor, that running back that they're giving all the money to, he's worth it. That guy's a stud.
So is their backup Moss and Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And their defensive line made our offensive line look like crap.
Did you see how classy that was? That Shaq guy, Shaq Barrett.
Yeah.
You know
Shaq Leonard. Yeah.
What did he do?
Shaq Leonard.
Oh,
He was up in the luxury suite macking on white women.
So hold on, Shaq Leonard. Shaq Leonard was this guy that was one of the most popular Colts ever. He played for the Colts like maybe 6 or 7 seasons. Was a 3-year Pro Bowl.
Yeah, his first 4 seasons in the league, he was just on a ridiculous pace. He also changed his name. So Dr. Dan, if you don't recognize him, Darius Leonard is what he was known as for a long time. Changed his first name to Shaquille, I think, last year.
Yeah, which is I might change my name. Dan, you need to change your name to Shaquille.
We should all change our name to Shaquille.
Diaco.
We should all change our names.
Diaco.
Yeah, why not? Shaquille.
It. So anyway, this guy, so Dan, he's been having injury issues, and they in a very, very, it stunned the entire NFL, and I think he's played 9 games this season. I don't know. He's been injury prone.
Yeah, he played 9 games.
He played 9 games,
yeah,
but
that's a lot.
He's not really been lighting it on fire. And they cut him on Tuesday morning, and they cut him. And that's like the worst. That's like the worst thing a team can do is to cut you.
Right.
Like getting traded or that. Like that's one thing. But man, getting cut. Now, listen, getting cut to the second string long snapper on the practice squad, that ain't a big deal.
No.
But when you're a 3-time, all pro, at one time arguably one of the top men in your linebacker position in the entire league, and you've had some injuries and deteriorated a little bit over the last couple of years, usually the team will restructure your deal. So because he's got like a $13 million deal this year and like maybe 18 next. And so it's like the Packers and Bakhtiara, just I don't know, out of classiness, and there you don't cut a guy that's on this caliber.
You put him on IR and let him walk out quietly.
Well, yeah, you don't. And so they but hold on, this class act, this stud, this dude, Shaquille, what's his name? Shaquille Leonard. So Dan, he gets cut Tuesday morning. The Colts, as an organization, had a hand out turkeys to the community, fundraiser Tuesday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up, even though he's been cut. He shows up and fulfill. He says, "I was going to be there, and I committed to being there." Helps fill up food baskets and stuff for the people of the needy people, the people that need it. Yeah, the food drive in Indianapolis, and then Dan showed up to the game on Sunday yesterday in the Colts box and was waving and to the completely opposite of how Antonio Brown did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, completely opposite.
Did it so classy. Now, Red, are they saying any teams are going to pick him up?
I am not too sure. The general consensus among indies, he's just not the same player. Like maybe there is a team that could find some use for him, but I'm not sure how much juice he has left in the tank. Between injuries and his performance getting worse every year, he's definitely not the guy he was 3 seasons ago.
But what a class act, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. It was cool to see him up in the luxury suite for the game. Like they hung banners outside the stadium.
Do they pay him for the rest of the year if they cut him mid-season?
No, well, it depends on which was guaranteed. But I believe he's no.
No, he might not get. Damn, so this guy might not even be getting paid, and he showed up. Yeah, he lost his job, showed up, did a charitable thing, and then shows up Sunday and waves to the fans, and are just like super baby face. Like that's pretty cool.
That's a class act, just like you said, Bubba. I agree.
Class act.
Yeah,
he was one of 9 kids.
Wow,
really?
That's a
lot of mouths.
So let me thank you for the lighting of the Christmas tree. We'll adjust the camera for the off mic to look super good. Okay.
Yeah.
As I think all of us had, was there not? It just seems as though no matter, maybe Anna, but maybe even Anna, whatever your Thanksgiving celebrations may or may not have been. Did you watch any of the football games?
It was on.
All right. So
it was certainly on.
So
Johnny is a giant football fan.
So there you have it. No, and so Rhett, you obviously watched the games.
Yeah.
Lummy, you did.
Yes.
I did. Dan,
I watched a lot of them.
You were in Orlando in a hotel room, though, were you not?
Danny wanted to watch football.
Nice.
How'd it go? Do you wish you would have stayed home?
Nope.
Well, does that mean because you would have had to have the family over?
Yep. Pain in the ass.
So out of town in a hotel and no Mexicans is the new company.
Except for cleaning the rooms.
Okay.
The only Mexicans that were allowed to be at your party were those that were housekeeping. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm going with that.
Yep, they phoned that break in.
Me.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
4, 3, 9. Clean the room. What? 3, 4.
Oh, your
Tres,
room number?
9. Clean the room. Nope.
Hey, Grandpa, you see Dolly Parton's fat tits on TV?
That's what everybody.
Yeah.
I'm getting to next.
Yeah.
They did that just to get people in trouble.
Yeah, my dad got it.
What how many old guys got in trouble for that?
That should be good. There you go, Snizzo. Maybe you in South Carolina State.
Could you go to the 2 wide shot, please? Just the 2-1.
Whoa. What's all that? Oh, the ducks. Oh my god.
Okay, you.
Oh, thanks, Mom. Oh, thanks.
Here, my stage.
Take this. Take no.
The stage.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
Those up. Just put those.
Yeah, that
oh,
looks
you
great.
need those
I was
ducks.
gonna go give these to
Okay, I see what you're doing.
Oh, on my shoulder.
Thank you. Now, fucking. Control your dog. Fucking.
Try helping you?
Bring your dog to work every day. Fucking BRN. Well, let me.
Thank you.
I just read my chat.
Perfect.
This looks there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erica.
There's
Perfect.
tacos. Go
Look at
buddies.
that, Leslie. Oh, she even tied the thing.
Stop blowing with the force flare.
There's so many Jeeps in Donnie Dog.
It's gonna have an HC lighter.
How bad is Baker Mayfield's ankle?
Never come outside, but I mean, he was able to play the rest of the game.
Some say he can't walk on top.
Well,
So the fat pig.
He's had a big ass lineman. Hit the back of it a little bit. He's okay. He was being a fucking pussy.
Was he being a pussy?
Yeah.
Dude, I fucked up my thumb on Saturday. Was it
How?
Saturday? Or yesterday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Ow.
I was helping Lummy move some chairs, and Average Joe came over with a big truck, and we were just loading it up and some stuff. And it wasn't really heavy, but they were like a stack of 6, and my thumb got stuck between them. And I thought it was okay, and then I was practicing guitar, you know, Star Spangled Banner, Jimi Hendrix, making that guitar cry. And after about 20 minutes, I couldn't move my thumb. And it's all swelled up. That's how fat it is.
Rich people problem.
Yeah. Do you see how fat it is? You don't see the tendon.
Yeah.
It's rich people problem.
Swollen for sure.
Well, I sent you the mic cover thing. Macho just wants to make sure we're on the same page.
What'd you send me?
Guitar for me. I'll
The
just do
mic
chords.
cover. Macho just wants to make
Yeah.
sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't thumb someone if I wanted to right now. Whatever.
But the Bubba Army maybe needs to be clocked sideways.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe turn it the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them that. To turn it right.
All right.
Adolfo Rivero. Good morning. Average. Fabuloso. Al Guru. Oh, yeah. We'll make a bowl. Hey, Bob, if someone asks where you're going to display the YouTube award when you get it,
Where?
where are you going to display it? Have you thought about that?
Maybe somewhere behind me. Maybe somewhere behind me if we can strategically do it. Certainly open for suggestions.
You know, behind you is that rolling screen, which I like. You may want to put it, you know, where there's some, I think, good real estate that's not really being used is behind, to Lummy's right, where those stupid little things are.
We can't let it be that close to Lummy. He'll fucking break it.
Yeah, Dr.
You
Dan.
fucking
Piece of metal.
No.
Okay, well, what
You
time?
mix it up.
Say this for the fucking air. Say this for the air, idiot.
For the fucking air. Alrighty.
Marx is a man.
Ooh, that's good.
I apologize for interrupting your regular program.
Yo, Power Pick. Oh.
Should hit these with everything we got, sir.
Living vicariously through his bizarre world.
Imagine how much protein's in my body.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Don't forget that 6 millionth celebratory podcast download show is today. It'll be up by noon. I can really simplify the process and how you can listen and get it. And that would be going to BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's our new and improved one-stop shopping. Everything Bubba. It's the Netflix of Bubba. It's pretty much everything we've ever done. Even the old Diaco shows are up there.
Oh, yeah.
With you and Brian when you hated each other.
We still hate each other.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that's changed.
We should bring that back.
The Diacos?
Oh, no.
The Brian and Dan?
Yeah, or Dan. Why'd you give yourself second billing, buddy?
Wasn't trying to. Just flows better.
Subconsciously, he's superior to you, even in your subconscious?
No.
You said him
It's
first.
just alphabetical.
P, D, A, B, C, D. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Wow.
Wow. First of all, if you really think I needed to do that, you're dumb. Two, it was for effect. Thank you.
It
And you
worked.
know what? And I got an unbelievable pop,
Yes.
including knowing that Anna would cynically come in and make fun of me. So who's the dummy and who's the real entertainer? Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a master.
I think Gloria Aldred is going to probably end up signing up maybe a couple 100 million grandmas this weekend.
Oh, definitely.
Because for the first time in I don't know how long, Grandpa that was watching football and the Macy's Day Parade might have got a bone and maybe had to go break one off with Grandma,
Yeah.
who usually didn't have to worry about getting accosted during Thanksgiving. Usually Grandma's there. She didn't have to worry about Grandpa getting all horned up
No,
because
he's
Grandpa,
full and
yeah,
drunk and doesn't need anything.
Grandpa's full of what's that chemical that turkey?
Serotonin.
No.
Tryptophan.
Yeah, hold on. Ooh, how about that? Anna won and Anna right, Dan wrong because he jumped on the deal. Should have waited, Dan.
She was right.
Hold on. What was that again?
I said she was right.
There you go.
Oh,
I like that, didn't you, Anna? Make him say
I got
it
a big
again.
grin on my face.
Know it. Yes. Turkey releases this one thing. What's it called, Anna?
Tryptophan.
And it makes you kind of tired. So, like, the way things go on most households, maybe not in today's generation, but like back in the day when me and Dan and Lummy, like we're all growing up, is that the men would eat, we all would eat. First of all, the women would spend 2 days in the kitchen making everything.
Yep.
And then, a lot of the women would bring things like bring things over to the host kitchens. Like if the Diacos were having a big deal, Krista she might be
Green bean casserole.
She's in charge of the green bean casserole.
Right, and it's funny because everyone's got their own little special containers and their own little warming instructions.
It's
and
a real
ass.
Yenta fest in that kitchen, and they're all in there going crazy,
Sure is.
and they're all drinking wine, and all going crazy. And us dudes, we're out there watching football or whatever's on TV. Could be the Macy's Day Parade, anything but hanging out with them.
Could be the National Dog Show. Anything but hanging with them.
Right, anything except being part of that whole Yenta world. Right.
Yes, please.
So then they tell us, "Hey, come and get it." So. It's a big table and everything's in the middle and you kind of do it that way, or my family always kind of does it buffet style where everything's laid out. You kind of go get your plate, then you all sit down.
Doesn't everyone do it like that?
Say a little prayer. No, some families put it all in the middle. And
I see what you're saying.
And they pass it all around and stuff like that.
That's pain. Yeah.
Yeah. You do buffet style.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then
go grab it, sit down.
Somebody, like our family, somebody says a prayer. Yep. And that's when Tarek usually grabs my wiener, and I try to keep a straight face. But then I'd be like, during the prayer, I'd be like, "Mom, Tarek's grabbing my wiener," and then it would be like, "Why is everything just so disruptive? Why do you got to be so disruptive? Why do you always got to think you're on the radio? Why do you got?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm not on the radio, but Tarek's rubbing my wiener right now. What am I just supposed to just sit here and take it?"
Is he Christian or is he Muslim?
He's I think he's agnostic.
Agnostic.
Yeah.
I think his dad was Muslim, though.
I think his dad's Muslim, yeah. Yeah. So
I've talked to him about it.
Some of the funniest, I wish I could be taping all of our, I wish I could just tape our entire Thanksgiving, family, the way we talk and just speak, because we're so inappropriate and we're so mean to each other and we're so cynical. Like Tarek will see Tara and she'll be out of the kitchen. He'll be like, "Woman, to get back into the kitchen," like in his Egyptian and Middle Eastern voice. "Laundry room or kitchen is the only place you," and I start laughing. It's just funnier now. So anyway.
Who usually says the prayer? Is it your mom?
No, it's usually Jeff.
Oh.
So my mom comes to me and says.
Was he usually at dinner the only adult in the room?
No. No. He was not. You mean like as far as everybody else?
Yeah, between you, your sister, Tarek, your mom. I mean, it seems like all you guys are sophomores.
He would just sit there and take it all in
because he was the only adult in the room.
Probably. So anyway, he did the family prayer every year. We all joined hands, and
I know I did it with you guys last year.
Right.
Without you.
I know I had COVID.
I know.
Something like that.
You were sick.
So Jeff, this is the first Thanksgiving that we don't have him. Obviously he died on January 3rd. It almost makes me want to cry. He died on January 3rd, so this is the first holiday that we've had without him. So my mom takes me aside earlier, and she goes, "Sweetness?" And I go, "What?" She goes, "You're going to have to put down your Kim Kardashian selfie stick and actually do something for the family today and stop rolling around here and trying to make dressing and carve the turkey and all this content that you're trying to do. And I want you to do the family prayer today, and I don't want it on tape, and I don't want Tarek sitting beside you so you break into your whole wiener stuff, okay?"
Oh, my God.
So I'm like, okay.
So you just said yes?
Yeah, I mean, if you
Your
can't.
mom asked you.
Hold on. I mean, hold on. Do you ever tell Arlene no?
Sometimes, but
not very often.
No one should talk to God.
Not on reasonable requests.
Okay.
Like if your mom came to you and said, "Daniel," first of all, you have to know there's a little bit more intense for her to call you Daniel, because usually she calls you Danny or Dan.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Daniel, you're kind of the patriarch of the family. You're the eldest now, the eldest man. You're the eldest man in our family. And, our Joe, Dad used to do this duty. And I'd like for you, during the holidays, Dad would do this duty. I would like for you to do that duty for the family." There's no way you say, I ain't doing it. Make Jay do it.
Well, I may say, as the head of the family, I'm going to delegate Jay to do that.
No, you just do it. First of all, I don't have any brothers. It's me and my sister. And, I didn't, Tara would have done, a great job, maybe even better than me. But I pulled it off.
Did you?
There were some tears. Yeah.
Oh,
I wish I could have taped it.
I know.
It would have been so we got done. I go, Mom, did I do okay? And she goes, oh my God, Fleet, it was so beautiful. Because I talked about Jeff and, there's a void today at our family table. And we miss him so very much, and we love you. Aww. And I guided. It was really sweet.
How many people were there?
Me, the Crick's kid, Vicente, Tara, Tarek, six people.
That's a good crowd. That's not too much.
That's perfect.
Six to 8 is perfect.
It really is.
Yep. We had 7.
So there you go.
Yep.
6.
Right in that window.
And Anna, you didn't feel too many people, and you didn't feel like there was
I was like, it's a party, but it's not overwhelming.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a chance to spend 6, 7, 8. That's perfect. You get over those numbers, there's just going to be some drama.
Yeah.
So I just wish I could have gotten it on tape because I nailed it. Awesome. And it brought tears. It brought the whole house down.
Nice.
And
that's great.
Well, I forgot to put my phone lines on hold. Damn it.
Oh.
Hello? This better be it better be royal. Have we had any money at all? Or are we just dead in the water?
We had Bald Balls for Anna 20 on the Cash App.
Bald Balls for Anna.
Yes.
20 on the Cash App.
Thank you.
And that's it?
That's it.
Oh, Jesus. Last week of the month, too. November, may very well go down as the slowest month in the history since we've been doing this.
Oh, no.
Really?
Times are tight. Times are tight right now. Dan, do you see? Can you see it on your side?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Our debt. Americans are so much in debt right now. It's historically high right now, and it wasn't like that just 2 years ago.
No, but I asked Jay, things have slowed down at the law office. Things have slowed down at the Super Plastic Center.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I was just going to say I watched the video, and your mom looks like she's looking better. I was just going to brag on that. Janie Cakes looked like she was doing better, like she lost some weight or something. That's all.
She's tracked me.
She has lost a little bit of weight, and she's doing good. She really is. For the
awesome. I just wanted to throw that out there because she looked.
All right, track meet. Thanks. See you later. Bye. I'm going to put. Once track meet lines closed.
Yep.
Okay, boom. Now all X's. Please don't call me. So, every one of us, Rhett, I'm assuming your Thanksgiving with your family, you had the TV on, watched some games.
Yes, we did.
Mach, did you, with your Thanksgiving celebration, did you guys watch, were you exposed to any of the ball games? Well, I had to wire some stuff up in the back. But
Mach and I both went to the gym on Thanksgiving.
I actually had to run a bunch of football games for Genesis, so yeah.
So you're exposed to the games.
I was exposed.
We were all exposed. Yeah. So every one of us was exposed to the games. And so back to my original thought, and Gloria Aldred might have a class action suit against Fox for, I don't know, 1 million grandma's pelvics that got broken this past weekend because grandpa that usually watches, the Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade and then the football games usually does. The halftime entertainment is usually something pop culturally that appeals to like a 34-year-old dude or maybe a 19-year-old girl. Or,
the first one was Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
I missed it.
So was that a Green Bay? Was that the Green Bay one?
Yeah, Detroit. It was horrible.
I didn't even see it.
You dropped it out
so bad.
I love Jack Harlow.
You know what? We ate. That's when we ate was during my sister so brilliantly,
timed
it that we ate during halftime. Because everybody, and plus, because I was ready to sit down and watch my team get their ass kicked, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I was like, I don't care what time we eat. So she just happens to be that we ate at halftime, and my team looks like, what the hell?
Great.
What the hell? This isn't the Packers. This is the Eagles playing.
It was a Thanksgiving miracle.
So anyway, Packers caught that ass. We ate during the halftime of the Packers-Detroit game. I did not see Jack Harlow.
Oh, it was horrible.
Did you send it?
Yeah.
And so compared to the other halftime shows that I did see, one was the Macy's Day Parade with Cher, and she's what, 78?
80.
She's 80.
Damn.
She's 80. And
she
then
had a 37-year-old boyfriend.
And then Dolly Parton rolls out on the Cowboys game, and that bitch is 78.
Cher is 77, my mistake.
And I guarantee you that Dolly Parton and Cher were more Googled this past weekend than nearly everything. Because, I mean, even the most critical of people, like Dr. Dan Diaco, would be like, for 78 years old, great-grandma Dolly Parton is really pulling it off. Yeah. Like, oh, my God, what in the hell is going on? That's the hottest 78-year-old in the world, period. Dolly Parton, working 9 to 5 with the big jugs. Hold on. So, this was the halftime celebration for the Detroit-Green Bay game.
Yes.
Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this stage.
Yeah.
Time for the Thanksgiving halftime show, powered by Verizon. And now
you can tell that this was the throwaway game, and that the Dallas game was the big, the big sexy game, just based on
what a sexy logo.
I mean, and Dolly had an unbelievable set and backup dancers, and just
Please welcome.
Yeah, it's night and day with Jack Harlow.
Here we go. Here's Jack Harlow. This is what we had to watch for the Pack.
Grammy-nominated rapper Jack Harlow.
Look at all that space they gave him.
Okay. It literally looks like something that Lummy would go rent for Walker having his birthday party this weekend.
Slip and slide.
Like it's one of those jump houses.
Exactly.
They put a jump house in the middle of the field. Look, this is a dumb. I mean,
it's smaller than one of the floats from the parade.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Do you imagine what 75% of the stadium was looking at too? It's the back of the stage.
Yeah. Some stupid white guy
with another stupid white guy behind him.
First of all,
what's the guy in the back even doing?
Hold on. Hold on. First of all, Fox, you idiots, you're in Detroit.
Eminem.
There's only two people.
Kid Rock.
There's only two people to get. And Anna, you're exactly right.
Oh, I know. I live there.
Your first call is to Eminem.
Yep.
And if Eminem says, "Oh man,
he doesn't pick up.
No," then you go to Bob. Call Bob, Kid Rock. Said, Kid Rock, let's do a badass rock and roll show. Bam,
or
bam,
Alice
bam,
Cooper.
Bam, bam. Bob with the ball. Something. Not this dude. Because everybody's thinking, why didn't they call Eminem?
Or Big Sean. He's from Southfield.
That's call 5 or 6. But I'm just saying, call number 1 is who this dude's trying to be like. Be like, man, Eminem is proud of his city. He's proud of Detroit. I'm sure Eminem would do this. Eminem knows how to market.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Extreme like BMX sing. These boys soft and they PMS sing. People in the city see the movement occurring and say, my God.
The only thing that would have made this better. The only thing would have made this better if one of the Detroit linebackers would have came running out of the locker room and Bill Goldberg speared him across the deal, and then they would have broke into like Kiss, and then a big Kiss concert, right?
That would have been the best.
But I'm plotting things. I brought a gang to the.
He just snuck up there.
Hey, listen,
he looks like he just snuck up there. Yeah. Like he's completely has nothing to do with it.
He looks like a one of those signer people for rappers, like the people that do sign language.
That's
not even. He just looks like me when I'm drunk and jamming out.
Yeah,
like he's just up there mouthing the words.
When Jack Harlow was cutting his deal, he'd be like, "Hey, listen, Ford Field, I'll do the concert, everything, and free and everything, and I got a big ass rider. I need I need one of those. I need a bounce house, a stable bounce house with some rock formations, and then I got my best friend who's going to wear a Detroit Lion deal, and he's just going to act like he's just cool.
And do you have a blue David Crockett raccoon hat for him, please?
Yeah. We need a one-letter jacket and one Davy Crockett blue over-the-top stupid-looking thing. And us two white dudes are gonna get up here, and I'm gonna rap, and then he's gonna be behind me, just doing cool stuff. Okay?
Cool stuff.
I want to know the person that approved. Yeah, he needs some Lizzos out there. He needs some Lizzos.
This is what you get.
Because a Lizzo girl represents Detroit.
This is what you get for $10,000.
No, this is what you get for free. The 10,000 was the rental of the equipment.
Yeah, the igloo cost $10,000.
Because Harlow said he'd do it for free for promotion.
Right. Slip and slide.
Like most of the time, the Super Bowl halftime people they don't get paid.
Right, because it's so pop.
Because they'll
such a big pop.
Because they'll get 45 million hits on their Instagram.
Well, I'm sure this guy got 1,000 hits on his YouTube channel.
Free smoke on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm talking about dark haired chickens.
If I'm Fox, I'm like, man, can we go to like a
commercial,
some type of commercial, anything. Jiffy Lube,
really
Tampax, any condoms. I'd rather see 4 more minutes of inside the locker room than like strategizing what they're going to be doing.
No kidding.
Hey, Detroit, man, we got to get our act together, man. We're getting our ass whipped by a real sucky ass team. The hell,
coach.
And then Matt LaFleur is like, yeah, man, let's just keep doing it all, man. You guys just got to keep doing what we're doing, causing turnovers, shutting them down. I wonder. Lummy, what happened? Is it giving me a mid-roll, Lummy?
I think so.
Am I getting a mid-roll?
I wouldn't click on that one, though.
I think that's the guy's video. He was screen recording on his phone, and then it messed up.
Well,
so he had to go in and...
I've seen enough. Hold on. So we're watching TV, and we got the Macy's Day, on Tara's. By the way, we're at Tara's brand new... Her house is so beautiful.
And it's like completely decorated and everything?
Almost. Like, she got some pictures to hang here and there, but all her lighting fixtures are up, and the couch is up, and the dining room, both dining room tables and the breakfast nook and all the bedrooms and the game room and all that. She just got to get her office situated, his office situated, and then she's doing the game room. She ordered a bar that's coming. So it's about probably 95% done.
Is it one of those, like how you say, smart houses? Like, is it a smart house? It's got like a smart thermostat and smart everything in it?
Yeah. And it can be controlled from their phones, and like it's just even the oven you can control from your phone. Like it's super. And she has 3 ovens. 3?
Wow.
3.
All in the kitchen, or is like one in the garage or something?
No, it's not white trash one in the garage. It's like 3
I don't know.
3 Sub-Zero, whatever the best,
wow.
3.
I don't know anybody's got 3. I know 2's not warmer, but 3?
Yeah, so we have an unbelievable Thanksgiving dinner. By the way, you can go to our YouTube channel at The Bubba Army and see. I got a video of me making our very famous Clem Humbird, Wisconsin dressing. Anna had that last year, and then, I guess my sister made a vegan one for you.
She did, a vegetarian, yeah. God bless her.
There was none of that nonsense going on this year when I was there. And then I put that video up on YouTube, and then I put a video up on YouTube of me carving the turkey. But see, that was usually Jeff's, deal. We have like these little traditions, so I had to take over carving the turkey, and I don't know how good I did at it.
Did you Google it first, or? No,
I just started hacking on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just figured, this. Of course, my mom was hollering at me, I ain't doing it right.
Right. There is a way.
So Tara has her big 85-inch TV in this little family area that's off the big kitchen. That's where we're all congregating. And pretty much Tara's just kind of finalizing everything. So my mom's sitting down watching the Macy's Day Parade. There's not a lot to do because everything's pretty much in the oven cooking, at this point. And all of a sudden, Cher comes on. And my mom was a big Cher fan when she was growing up.
We all were.
Sure, I think we
Even
all
me,
are. Yeah.
I got her CD.
Yeah. So Cher comes on, and God, I wish I could have been recording this, because I start talking about how good Cher looks and how my mom looks good, but I'm like, Mom, Cher's older than you are. Look at her. And she's like, what are you saying? I'm like, I'm just saying, look how hot she is. She's like, what are you saying? Am I? I'm like, well, no, but, you haven't weathered as well as Cher has, Mom. I can't believe you say that to me. Yeah, I just don't have these plastic. I said, Dr. Dan will whip you right on up, Mom. So no excuses for that. And then Tara goes, she chimes in. Mom's too old to get plastic surgery. She's too old. I'm like, no, she's not. Cher obviously has got somebody to do it. Look at Cher. So did you? Isn't Cher 80?
I think 77.
77. So she's my mom's age. Here's Cher.
Is Cher!
So for the first time, Lummy, in the history of Thanksgiving, our fathers, most people's grandpas, had two people to watch during the festivities that were their age and are hot as hell. So don't think there weren't a lot of grandpa boners going around and probably sniffing around the buckle brush.
Oh, yeah.
And grandma, who usually didn't have to worry about giving out. Do 78-year-olds still do it, you think?
They sure can. They do up in the
villages?
just north the villages, yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah, they're banging left and right.
I got to think when I'm 78, I'm going to still want to get some ass.
Yep.
The thing is, I think Grandpa wants the ass, but it's Grandma. I think the women lose their sexual urge far.
The problem, Bubba, is if the women don't take some kind of estrogen support, then their vaginas literally atrophy.
Really?
Yeah, and kind of waste away.
Need that HRT.
So, would you suggest Grandma start dildoing?
No, I suggest Grandma start taking some, estrogen and maybe a little testosterone and get that vagina back into shape.
So that it can naturally produce?
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they have what's called dyspareunia, which is painful intercourse.
It's dry.
Kind of like what
it's like
what Erica's mom's Virginia has to face with Cocaine Carlos. What's that called again? Let me Dan
dyspareunia,
which is sore vagina.
Yes, painful intercourse.
New album Christmas. We feel so lucky to say these words. Here is Cher.
Hey.
How much longer is Al Roker gonna prop him up?
Oh,
he's their guy.
Talk about plastic surgery. My Lord.
Lost a lot of weight too.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
I have not seen this yet.
Hold on. Look at that. Remember Jack Harlow's setup?
Yeah, right.
Look at this setup. Well, first of all, she's not even singing that.
What a good natural voice.
Yeah. Holy lip syncing. But she looks pretty good. But then my mom goes, she's hardly moving. She can't move that well. I go, Mom, let's put you in heels and a long trench coat and see how well you move. That wasn't going over too swell.
No one's moving. Even dancers.
None of this is really sung because they have to run it through TV. So it's just basically a lip sync and it's made for TV. So they just pipe it into the TV and they got some monitors out there stage side. But it's monitoring the TV feed. And if you're grandpa and you're 77, you're like, oh my God.
She's telling me the coat comes off. Oh, it's coming off right now.
But I mean, you got to think 78 years old. Now look.
Yeah, phenomenal.
I mean, yeah.
It doesn't get better than that.
Straight bone for Gramps. I mean, she looks good as hell.
She looks awesome.
She's the same age. Oh, well, a few years younger than Biden, but
yeah,
a difference.
Let's get Joe up there and see how well he does. Cher for president, bitches.
Why not?
Hey, listen, I would, honest to God, if somebody put a gun to my head and said, you have to pick between Cher or Joe Biden to finish out these 2 years, I would be like, man, put Cher in there immediately.
Dude, I'd pick a chair over Joe Biden.
I mean, but Cher, certainly.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Kidding me?
I mean, like, Cher would be far more tougher on Hamas than dumbass Joe. I mean, she used to blast Greg Ullman.
That's right.
And Sonny.
Yeah, I'm sure he's upset.
I think Greg Allman's dead, and I know.
So is Sonny.
So is Sonny. He had a tree.
Yeah.
Tree skiing.
That's crazy.
So this is where my mom goes, she's not getting around too good. I go, the hell.
My mom did the same thing with Dolly to my dad.
Was she breaking Dolly down?
Yeah.
She was like, Dolly this,
she's
Dolly
jealous.
that. Yeah.
Dolly, Dolly has to hold on to the
Right.
the railing.
Look
She
at-
did.
Yeah, that's what my
Your
mom
mom's
said
not
too.
wrong.
My mom's like, Dolly's holding on for dear life, and I'd be like, I know, but my mom, look at her abs. Like she can actually, wear Dallas Cowboy booty girl shorts. Now, they never showed Dolly's ass because I think she's got an old lady's ass.
Yeah.
But. Still.
But do we really care? I mean, God bless her. Who cares if her butt's not perfect? I mean, my God.
Everything else was.
Yeah, she's
for
77.
78, for 77.
Yeah.
We'll do Dolly next. Hold on.
This is what hell sounds like. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I didn't see the Dolly one.
You're going to see it next.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I wish she had a little bit more muscle on her. Looked like she was actually.
Who, Dolly?
Looked a little thin for another person.
She's a small person, too. She's tiny.
Yeah, she's like 5 foot.
Yeah, 5 foot, maybe.
All right. Still.
5 foot long.
5'1"?
Yeah, 5 foot.
Would you mind if I went PT?
Yes, I would mind if you TT.
I don't know how to speak like an adult anymore.
It's here, like, you might like. What's up, baby? Cuddy?
Eric, you said you have the card to order the foam.
What's that?
The card to order the foam pieces. We're gonna get, and we'll get Rainbow Rick to. It's that exact one there. It's the real RA20 foams. For 7 of them, it's $150.
All right, here, grab that right there.
And then we'll get them here, and then Lummy's gonna get to Rainbow Rick to put those on.
He'll
do it quick.
He'll do the graphics.
Yeah.
He has to do them so they don't fall off, though.
Yeah, he says he's done it. He's done them before.
I ordered it today. Over here Wednesday. I'll bring it right back.
You buddy. We just need the on-air ones.
Yeah, I've got. I think it's 6 or 7.
Okay.
What's up there, Ted Skeeple? DJ Hitman, 65 months. Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. Last of the month. End of the month last week. Month with me. Oh, the worst layer. J Myers 120484, 65 months.
What's up, Finn 212? Quicker, thicker. Good morning.
What you eating, Bubs? I say turkey.
Yeah, it's steak earlier.
Is that what it is?
Subprogram. LM closed. 1. They did Albert Leon. It's called a burrito.
Good morning, LM closed.
Skippy 77.
Bubba's week age of 46 months.
Hey, Mindy. What's up, Dark Man?
He's closed on the good morning, Steve. They're coming here, they'll be here Wednesday.
What's up, Baldy?
Thank you much. Remind me to get that money to you today.
Yep.
I'll Venmo it to you.
Okay. Good morning. Rose of week age, 46 months.
Spinach.
What? Oh, it tastes too good.
Lummy, because the USF is going to make the bowl and Colorado didn't, does that make that dude better than Dion?
No.
Is it because he had a weak schedule?
Yeah, I mean, the conference is definitely different, but he did turn around the program. I mean, from no wins to 6 wins. And Dion went from 1 to 4, so I mean, everyone improved.
Let's get down to business.
If you were locked away in an insane asylum,
Maybe it's time you let me get on with my job.
this is what it would sound like.
I don't think that Americans would find that funny.
No, it is not a joke.
We now return to the Bubba the Love The Merch Creek is high atop her shooter's tower. In the Bubba Radio Network watchtower. And Lummy, the Cyber Monday deal within our Bubba Army Merch.com, BubbaArmyStore.com, BubbaArmyShop.com.
Yes, it is.
Within that, clear until midnight tonight is 20% off unilaterally across the board of anything that you buy. I also think, Anna, that she brought you a few ducks.
She did. She's so sweet.
And we actually have been carrying like 4 or 5 ducks with us, and we actually ducked up this guy in Tara's neighborhood that had this badass Jeep. We were driving by to get to Tara's new house. And there was this dude, he had a badass Jeep, and he was outside getting in it, and I go, hey! And he goes, yeah. I go, and I threw the duck at him, and he goes, oh, man, thank you. This is my 3rd one.
Nice.
I go, scan the QR code, buddy. So clear up until midnight tonight. You can get 20% off the site. That's by using lowercase BUBBA. So Bubba, all lowercase within the promo code at checkout, and that gets you 20% off. Now, she wanted me to real quickly show you all the stuff that she's up there just ready to pack. The cold weather black beanie Lummy, she actually brought it to me, like instead of me just clicking on it, I've actually got it. The red stretchy beanie hats in red and black, gray. Those are all snapback. And then she's got these fitted, small, I don't know if you call them youth or just people with peanut heads. We got a black peanut head deal.
Yeah, I mean, Zika was here, so there's a lot of people, small heads here in Florida.
We got the very, very, very popular, and this is just a protective thing for when they ship it, but the straw hat with the Bubba Army undercoat.
Oh, yeah. That's badass.
Dan, you're never working outside where you need a straw hat.
Yeah, I did, and he hurt his thumb.
I did for a second.
And you hurt your thumb?
Yeah, it didn't take long.
The black Bubba Army couch throw. I have given all my family this, and so now it looks like a big Bubba Army convention when we're watching TV.
Nice.
That's the little blanket deal. So many more things. I got the high-res, the high-vis, high-res. You know, like a lot of Bubba Army workers, like,
of course,
they have to wear these high-res deals.
Yep.
When they're
with reflectors.
But yeah, this thing looks.
Oh, I like
this
that.
thing glows.
Does that have the QR code on it?
Yes, with the
On
QR
the
code. Yes, the infamous beach blanket, which is kind of a little thicker material. It actually would be kind of.
I really like that.
It's kind of used for like what you would lay down on the beach to lay on top of.
Oh, like a picnic blanket.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, there you go. And then, of course, the pink girls Yeti Bubba.
Those are really, really nice, by the way.
The can Yetis, yeah, they are good. I use mine every day.
The Bubba Army one, Dan?
Yeah, I use it all the time.
And then we got I think the 20-ounce guys or girls, black with like this kind. This is the 20-ounce.
Oh, yeah, I use my gray one every day.
Yes, there you go. So all of that and more. Now, Lummy, here's what she's most excited for. She just got this, the manufacturer just got a hold of her. I think it might have been yesterday. She got an email.
Yeah.
And our new backpacks should be available by, we're supposed to be getting them on Wednesday.
Oh, that's soon.
And we should have them up by Thursday. But she showed me the kind that we're getting. And let me, if they want to.
That's badass.
So it is.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
It is. It'll have a big Bubba Army stitched logo right here. It's a 17-inch travel backpack. Lummy, it's got a USB. Here, I guess I could click through the pictures. It's got.
Jeez, it's huge.
Oh, it's
like a netted water bottle.
Yeah, netted water bottle, USB. You could put your laptop in there, and then Lummy, it's got where you can slip over your suitcase or like carry-on deal. You know how you can slip that?
Oh, the handle.
Yeah, it's got the slip on the deal.
Nice.
So that should, and you can see right here what they go for, $59.88. I'm selling ours. I'm not making hardly anything. I'm making like $5 a backpack. I'm selling ours for $34.99.
That's a phenomenal deal.
Yep, because I want to blow them out.
Well, I'll pay for one.
Okay, fantastic. So hopefully that will be up on the site Wednesday, maybe Thursday.
There are a couple of people in chat that have asked if you are thinking about doing sweatshirts.
It's wintertime.
Zip-ups or
pullovers? We actually tried to do those polyester pullover sweatshirts.
Yeah.
And we paid the money and everything, and the manufacturer, it literally, Federal Express lost it.
Oh.
And she's got a big claim in right now. It's like $1,600, and we've already paid, and they're like, it should have been there. It's like we're facing one of those deals right now.
What about a sweater or another hoodie?
Listen, Glenn Beck, I don't know about. God, that was so funny. If you really know, radio, it's such a funny deal. God, put myself over.
It's funny.
I think our cold weather piece was going to be the pullover sweatshirt, and we got ripped off.
No.
So here we were talking about Dolly Parton. Now, Dolly Parton is what? 77, 78?
78 in January, so almost 78.
Yeah.
And So during the Cowboys, who'd the Cowboys play?
The Washington Commanders.
Yeah, the Washington Commanders.
Because it used to be the Cowboys and the Indians, but that was the classic game.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan said that, not us. And so,
Very special guest.
and so we were all thinking like, I tell you the one thing, at least Fox did some close-ups of Dolly.
Well, this is CBS.
Man, CBS did some close-ups of Dolly because I got to tell you, man, they really wide-shotted Cher out.
They sure did.
Like you couldn't really get up on Cher much. You could tell that she was highly airbrushed, but Dolly,
ISOs.
Dolly might be the hottest 78-year-old woman in the world.
She looks absolutely beautiful.
Looks good.
Well, happy Thanksgiving.
I will tell you this. I knew a guy that worked at Dolly World. That's like her amusement park.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that she would come by about once or twice a month. And he was just like a jobber.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like Lummy worked at one of the restaurants of Dolly World.
Oh, okay.
And he said for the couple times a month that because she would come into the restaurant and just really spontaneously go say hi to the guests and take pictures, and it was all very spontaneous. And she actually had an opportunity to go back to the chef and see all the chefs and the manager, and the guy's like, she was like the coolest, nicest, down the earth. Once she met you one time, she remembered your name. I guess she's super genuine and super cool. I from the one person that I know that knows her.
And she's been literally living in the limelight for over 50 years.
Yeah.
God bless her for having that long of a career.
Married to the same guy.
Married to the same dude.
Carl
66,
something.
yeah, Carl Dean.
10.5.
I mean, hey, amongst 78-year-olds, she's a 12.
Yeah, she is.
And then, Lummy, was it you or was it Rhett that was exposed? Hold on, that was exposed to the Harlem, or either Saul and
He brought it up. I sent you also the Panthers cheerleader. But
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, they were.
I
I
gotta
watched
see
the
this.
whole Thanksgiving.
Now, hold on now.
parade.
Supposedly, the new Harlem Globetrotters, which we've all grown up with, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They got a girl on the team and a small guy on the team.
And a
dwarf?
white guy on the team.
Yeah, white guy.
And a white guy.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's not very Harlem.
Where's the white guy?
Truly an
They
equal
don't-
opportunity.
I don't see the
employer.
white guy.
He was. I mean, he may not be on top billing on the website and the promos just yet, but he was definitely on the parade. Him and the little person.
Little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little guy.
Hands together for the world famous Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just
Now, let me. Are the Harlem Globetrotters college guys that couldn't make it?
Yeah,
And-
it was college or even maybe NBA D League players.
right. But and they just practice and practice and practice the trick shots. They don't worry about running real offensive
Yeah,
plays.
I mean, it's for them. They do it so often, it's more of a show.
Yeah, just in their competition. I mean, their competition is
people.
former players.
This is where what just happened happens all the time.
I'm like, hell yeah, that's my guy right there.
Look at him work.
Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for tickets.
Did you ever see them in person, Bubba?
Yes, I did.
I did as a kid.
We
Me
all
too.
did, and where Curly Neal would have the bucket of water or the bucket of confetti, and then they have a plant in the stage where regular grandpa who paid $89 to be in the front row, he got the confetti, but the guy sitting beside him who was a plant got the water, right?
Yeah.
I think every one of us probably grew up watching.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, or okay, Lummy, this is the from the Harlem Globetrotters to the Panthers.
Yes.
Lovely.
I want to see this person in action.
I do too. I want to see this person kicking it up wide, acting like a cheerleader.
Some weeks there's a wig, some weeks there's not.
Now, can you guys show me the boys? I know the Tampa Bay's got a couple boys
Yes, they do.
on their cheerleading squad.
Yes. They're very good.
Animated.
I actually went to high school with one of them, but
You
he's-
did?
Yeah, he's not on the team anymore. He was on the team the year they went to the.
You
Super
should
Bowl.
call him up for an interview. We should do that. Do a podcast with him. One of the very
I sent you a video.
Okay, I'll reach out.
say, hey, as the probably one of the first, was he
Jacked.
probably one of the first men cheerleaders for the Bucks?
I think it was the first year they had male.
Yeah,
cheerleaders.
2018
Yeah. It was
is when-
him. It was him, and there was one more.
Right. And so this is the Panther cheerleader.
Yes.
All right, that's transitioning.
I think transitioned. I'm
It's
curious
bigger
to
than
hear
me.
what the
There we
voice
go.
sounds like.
There we go. Whoa. Looks like she should
Watch
be
this
playing.
jump, though.
I'm setting up
Whoa.
for
Oh,
the younger
cool.
generation of trans women and men. If I'm going to do it,
I just want to let everybody know that we completely back this. Super cool.
Yes.
This person's getting an opportunity. This
At least they're
person's.
trying. You know, I appreciate that.
I like that they're trying. They're getting an
trying.
opportunity to get out what they're doing, to get people to support it.
I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be a leader.
Okay. You might get some dermabrasion.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking about the skin.
I know.
Loud and
My
proud.
name is Justine Simone Lindsay, and this is my second year as a Top Cat. I've always just had a fascination for dance. When I first saw the Alvin Ailey Dance Company perform Revelations, that really just made me want to do it. Just
I mean, as bad as the Panthers are, I'd be signing her up for kick return.
seeing a lot of people that look like me, it really stuck to me and just really made me feel like, dang, I could do that also.
Mm-hmm. You can.
I was born in Charlotte.
Probably run a
I
4.340 as well.
Yeah.
Dancing when I was really
I mean, she's very athletic.
young, 5 or 6 years old. But I think just being trans in the South, we don't really have a lot of resources that I think a lot of the young girls like from Atlanta, New York, LA have. So it's kind of tough for us. When I first started dance, I was around people who were just open and just carefree as far as being who they are. That was at a time when I was just figuring out who I was. And as you get older and you start to kind of like come into your...
I've heard enough, seen enough.
I sent you a minute of the male dancers for the Bucks, but it's female and male.
So this would just be the Bucks cheerleaders.
Yeah,
Squad.
You could see the one guy right. Yeah, there's one.
All right, hold on, easy.
This is Bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they finally gave him pom-poms.
Yes.
The guy didn't have pom-poms?
No, which I thought was discriminatory. That they wouldn't let the guys have the pom-poms. They had something else in their hands instead.
No,
And so,
they need to be, if you're all in or out.
yeah. Give everybody gets pom-poms or nobody gets pom-poms.
Right.
To discriminate just because you're a guy and not get the pom-poms, I think was unfair.
Right. I'm going to stick up for that guy.
Yeah, I was sticking up for the
Just
guys.
one guy?
3.
3. Oh, yeah, there's a few.
All right, so here's a dude.
And Betty dances better than the
There's a
girls.
dude.
Got an AP bud, I ain't really worried about the time. Feel like lady man, if I see it, then it's already mine. Let them all know you a prophet, ooh. Ain't nobody ever gonna stop it, ooh. Blasting our top like a rocket, ooh. About that,
There you go. There you go. There
Yeah,
we
they
go.
dance great.
He's doing a great job.
That's what I'm saying. Just give them pom-poms.
In fact, I think it should be half guys, half girls.
I believe so, too.
Just to make it...
Fair.
Yeah.
And they should pay them better, too. They don't get paid for crap.
I mean, it would be cool if
All
we
the
saw a
cheerleaders
little
get ripped
more.
off.
And you can't date the players.
Right.
And they should open that up for the boys.
Of course.
I mean, there might be a few dudes, you know.
How come they don't do any tricks like other cheerleaders?
like in college, they do a lot more routines.
Well,
Yeah.
You know,
that's-
that
like, college-
especially involve male cheerleaders.
But college has two. They have the dance team, and then they have their athletic team.
But yeah, most cheerleading squads
But these
in the
are
NFL are like
cheerleaders.
a
Oh, that's
glorified
true.
dance team at this point.
Yeah, they're
they do
dancers.
flips.
That's
You know
true.
They're
what I
not
mean?
doing
Pyramids.
like the guys that are cheerleaders in college. I feel as if it might be a little bit more manly.
Straight guys,
because you're doing stuff like you're throwing chicks up in the air, and then catching them,
And
you're
get on the megaphone.
Yeah, like you know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think there's any straight NFL men cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Or on college teams. I was on the. Did I tell you I was on the college dance team?
Hold on, no, there's
You were
there's
not.
college-
You were a cheerleader.
No, I wasn't a cheerleader,
You were
but
on
I was
the
on the dance team for
What
4
is that?
years.
What's that mean?
Like kind
you
of
got
like that.
She would do stuff like that.
Yeah, but sometimes we had pom poms, sometimes
You got any
not.
pictures of this nonsense?
Yeah,
Can you get them to me?
sure.
All right, great. We know what we're talking about next. Anna was a dance girl. Was it for your football team?
No, it's just like UCSB dance team. We were at like basketball games, soccer games.
Is in college?
Yeah.
Hold on.
For 4
She's in
years.
college dance
your team
team,
didn't
not just
have
high school.
Did your team not have a football team?
Nah, we didn't have a football team.
Ah, then you're not. I
Nah.
mean, that doesn't really count. Nobody
didn't count?
looks at the down.
No.
Nobody looks at the dance team at the soccer games.
The ultimate frisbee games.
Yeah.
Striving to reach new lows every day. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
That it seems like it was not of this
The majority of male cheerleaders in college are straight. Oh, they are.
Let's see. Let's go back
He
to the
runs
way
I
back.
had like 4 guys that I was friends with that were male cheerleaders.
Oh my
You were just getting after the cheerleaders?
Yeah.
So back then, your job was to throw chicks, catch chicks, and get the megaphone out.
Yeah.
They didn't give you pom-poms.
They also had sore thumbs, but for different reasons.
Yeah. Then and the guy was like, well, he wasn't good enough to play football, so he's like, well, I work out. Why not?
Why not throw some chicks around?
Yeah.
I may even have some videos for you.
Oh God, please find a video, please.
I
That'd
think
be
it
awesome.
It's gonna be shit quality because we're like 2007, but.
Dan Wolfgang, I've seen that stat.
UNICEF is there to help every step of the way.
40% up over the last 2 years.
I don't think I'm sober. And
Are you drinking, dance? Isn't it illegal?
oh man, I get. All right, well, let's start here.
Good morning.
I've always had dreams, aspirations before crack.
Oh, I was also on a Filipino hip hop team too. Forgot about that.
A drug called gas station heroin.
Lizzie Tiz, 42 months.
Thank
you.
You feel the same way this weekend. Bragging about those Packers. Thank you, Melissa Carpenter.
Let me, if they enlist to become a grunt, then they can download the podcast.
I don't believe so.
You don't?
I don't believe that they are able to. Thank you, Kid for Guns. Super good, Gene.
characters do you want?
Well, a few.
Alright.
You have that little sanitary thing on the straw. You know what I mean? That little. Did you movie that last intro?
You should take it from up.
Okay.
With the Uber driver sucking it down.
Yeah, maybe.
Did they look clean?
Uber driver.
It's too late now.
Yeah, no. Just we're not eating off the floor.
That's true.
You send them to me, Anna?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get
Time to scratch that itch, is it?
Listening will give you no health benefits, but all the carcinogenic after effects.
Stop waiting while you're here for a change.
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Don't forget today's podcast, the most exclusive thing that we do, available wherever you get your podcasting. Also available at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Go check that out. That is, man, you need to peep on that a little bit. That thing is nice. The search engine is unbelievable. And we're working on making it a better and better and better experience. Please, which just is just a kind of a soft opening right now. But we're continuing to work out the bugs, including Lummy. I think our next thing is an app.
Yes.
So we're doing all that and more. Bubba Army HQ. Also, Lummy, I tweeted and I think we Insta'd and we Facebooked lots of stuff this weekend. One of which was a direct link if you'd like to buy the Bubba Army person in your life a gift certificate of a membership, which gives you download capabilities, streaming capabilities, listening to the archive capabilities, all of that and more within our Bubba Army HQ world. Go to our Facebook, our Twitter. They all got direct links to the gift certificate card, which is a nice gift for that Bubba Army in your life. Anna said that she was on the dance team. We're like, okay, prove it. And there you go. So Anna has provided me with some pictures. So Anna, you guys danced at the basketball games and the soccer games?
Yeah, and also in competitions as well.
Right.
That was actually in Orlando, my first time
The
in Florida.
2009 Nationals?
Yes.
And your team was the University of California, Santa Barbara?
Yes. UCSB. Woo!
And now, what place was this? Like 10th?
No, I think it was like fourth
All right.
out of like 20.
Right.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Like, what was your routine here? Like, were you guys... See, there's no dudes here, so you guys weren't really, like, throwing chicks up in the air like 22...
No, it wasn't cheer. It was dance. It was dance.
So, just
I definitely
dancing.
have videos. I'll try to find one during the next break.
All right, let's go through some of these chicks. Tell me about this girl. Was she,
She was probably the least talented, but maybe one of the hottest.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Not very coordinated for a dancer.
Now, which one of
She's
these...
flexible.
Well, now, would it be safe to say that all but one was sexually active? And the one that wasn't sexually active was
right there.
This girl in the back row, third from the left.
That may have been true. I think that the one on the bottom far left, she
Was a
always
good girl
had
too?
No, but she always was like had trouble with guys, and then she grew up and became a lesbian. And I'm like, that makes all the sense.
She looks like she has really nice boobs.
Huge rack.
Nice.
Huge.
Nice natural at this point too.
Yes.
Tell me about this little firecracker and this little firecracker. These two right here. This one first.
They're really good hip hop dancers. I danced with her. I was actually also on a Filipino hip hop team for 2 years.
This girl looks like she could have been on the basketball team. Maybe was she?
No,
super
she's
tall?
tiny. She's like climbing on the other girl's back.
Maybe she was on the
she's
stool
little.
or something.
She's little. Yeah.
All right. Now, out of all of these, like, which one you think did the best with the boys? We'll just leave it like
With
that.
the boys,
Like,
probably the one in the front, least talented, maybe one of the hottest. She had a great body, and she was really bubbly and outgoing.
and throwing it out to the boys.
Really liked the guys.
Really.
The rest of us, I don't want to say we're like quiet, but we were a reserved bunch. Not her though.
What's she doing now?
I don't know. That's her there on the right.
Right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is her.
No, the other one.
Right here.
Yeah.
She looks cute.
Yeah.
She looks hot.
Yeah.
Well, now Anna, so do you, but we can't fret over you.
No.
I gotta be kind of creepy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I sent you like 7 pictures.
Okay, now hold on. What's all this stuff here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Anna had some DSLs back in the day, though, right?
Well, when she accentuated them with redness, yes.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
There you go.
Hummel,
Now,
09.
Well, was this that girl?
No.
This a different girl?
No, different
Now,
girl.
did she have? Was she with a guy? Oh, that's a piece of tape. I'm sorry. I thought there was a stain on her shirt, and there's really a piece of Scotch tape on my monitor. So, see, Anna, I got to be honest with you. When you threw on the makeup and then put on the red lipstick, you look as well, if I may, as slutty as the next. Like,
sure.
I mean,
that was
you
also
pull off-
dance performance makeup.
But I mean, you pull off like you look kind of slutty there.
Yeah, right. That's
good.
what I wanted people to think.
Really?
Yes, I actually did.
But none of them knew that you cried yourself to sleep at night?
I don't think I cried myself to sleep every night. No, I didn't.
But you weren't getting any D. None.
No D.
No, but wouldn't you
I was getting action. I was making out with dudes.
But making out ain't the same.
I know, but it was like a beard. I wanted people to think I was more experienced than I was.
Here you are.
Yep.
I got to tell
Hair.
you look great.
I was a cutie.
Like out of all of them, I would rank you up there with the most effable.
Thank you.
Like, you know.
Best hair.
I would say like Dan, as far as if I...
She wins the hair game.
So 1, 2... I like this one up here. 3. Not those. Maybe.
Where's the girl that was in the middle before? The girl next, is she next to you now?
This one?
Is that the girl that was in the middle in the first picture?
No,
with the trophy?
No, she's on the end there.
This one right
that's
here.
her.
Yeah,
Okay.
she didn't look so good there. Oh, I got more pictures. Oh, I got a little Olivia Newton-John. She's a maniac. Here we
I think I have a video of that dance. I'll try to find it.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, there ain't a lot going on here on this picture. Except for you.
But I got proof, is what I'm saying.
No, I
could dance my ass off.
You were kind of hot.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
There you go.
Fake.
Some
You're
leg
fake,
action.
Fake hot, though.
Fake hot.
Yeah, like, you know, not as advertised. Meaning like some dude be like, man, you see that one chick, Jewish chick? Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to go out with her tonight.
Can't get him very far.
I heard she only makes out.
A lot of blue balls. That's okay.
Yeah, and see, that's the worst rep to have is the blue. Hey, listen, she's hot, but she'll give you blue balls. That's the same as you might as well have, you know, herpes.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I think herpes might be worse.
Who wants to make out?
Oh, yeah.
Just to make out.
Oh, yeah.
To make out with my pillow. I mean, please. All right, so we're looking at this deal. Oh, Anna, is that girl right here? Is that her?
Yep, that's
Yeah,
Emily. That's Emily.
Trouble.
Now, hold on. Are you trying to pull off the I like girls deal here?
We were just like, you know, being silly. Turns out she really liked that because that was the lesbian.
That's a good
And
look.
she really committed to the lesbian, too.
But
Like,
that's
cut the hair off and everything.
That's a good look for you, Anna.
Yeah.
It is.
You see legs
By the way,
flying in
look
the
at that.
background.
Nice little abs.
Oh, yeah. I was
Nice.
a tiny little thing. Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Again, false advertisement.
Sure.
Make out only.
Yep.
All right, there we go.
I'll try to find that video for you.
Good. And by the way, you looked great.
Thank you.
But nothing. No. You were a virgin in college, were you not?
Yeah. Actually, a few years after college, maybe a year and a half after.
What a commitment.
Yeah, and for no reason, real. I mean, a reason, but you know, not for God or anything.
Now, do you? No.
Everyone thought it was for God.
Retro thinking now.
Yeah.
What do you? If you had to do it all over again?
Yeah.
Would you have still held out?
I would have done it the exact same way.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you wouldn't have given.
It was perfect for me. I felt good. I didn't feel like I was used and abused in college. I didn't have no daddy issues. If a guy didn't like me, I was like, okay. You know, I didn't feel like my worth was embedded in what I could provide sexually. It was perfect for me. That's what I'll say.
Probably
No
put you
regrets.
behind on the experience curve,
That's
but
fine.
that's
Guys
it.
don't really want experience when it comes to like, you know, wifey
Well,
material. Maybe
because-
like a one night stand sort of thing, but you know, you're not looking to wed the slut, so that's fine.
We're not looking to, I'm going to be honest with you. We're not looking to wed anything in college.
I understand. I understand.
You know, so.
But I think
whatever.
it comes back to bite you in the ass later. But
it worked for you.
It worked for me. It was perfect for me. I felt good about myself.
And now look at you. You're just straight getting. I mean, you know, you're very sexually active.
Yes.
Who would have ever thought? Just 3 years ago, you were not.
Correct.
Now it's free flowing.
Sure is.
Meanwhile, state inspectors say they seized more than 600 packages of a drug called gas station heroin. It's
gas station heroin.
Oh.
Now, I've never heard of such a thing.
It's right up there with gas station sushi.
Let me. Do we go into the 7-Eleven over here and say, hey, I know where the $5 scratch offs are, and the hot dogs on the roller, and the Monster Energy drinks, but where is the gas station heroin?
Let's get some.
as well. Reportedly mimics opioids is now banned here in Florida. The State Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services.
Tiana and Zaza. Hold on.
Led the recent bust. Inspectors say they found the drugs sold under several different names at stores in Lee and Orange counties. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley telling us his deputies are also on the lookout for the drugs.
In our county, I have directed my youth services,
Hey, Sheriff, don't you think that you could get a better backdrop? He's literally at home.
Yeah, he is.
Special Investigations Unit and another unit to draft a letter. And we're going to take that to all these convenience stores and gas stations that sell this stuff. We're going to seize the product for destruction.
Well, the statewide ban is temporary, but Attorney General Ashley Moody saying she's going to work with the legislature to make it permanent.
Now,
what's wrong with it?
I don't know. Let me further look into that. Tierra and Zaza gas station heroin.
All right.
Federal officials issued a stark warning about a easily found supplement known as gas station heroin after it caused users to have seizures and lose consciousness.
Oh, bad.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing Anna did at the Stogies and Cycles deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal. I get arrested for that. Neptune's Fix, a.k.a. gas station heroin, contains, well, Dan, you're going to help me out here. Trienapine? I don't know. Dan, help me out.
I can't even read it. It's so it's tianeptin. Tianeptin.
Did you see where he got? Hold on. Did you see where he got disgusted at himself and he had to reset?
I can't read what you're seeing. Is it TIA? Tianeptin?
Yes.
Okay, does that sound right? Okay,
Yes.
tianeptin.
A potentially dangerous substance that is not FDA approved for any medical use, but is illegally sold with claims to improve brain function and treat anxiety, depression, pain, and pain.
Oh, wow.
Let me get a truckload of this. Opioid use disorder and other conditions. Now, the products, which can be found at convenience stores, gas stations, vape and smoke shops, or online, come in tasty sounding flavors like chocolate, vanilla, cherry, lemon, and tropical, and could also contain other harmful ingredients, such as the agency warned, adding that it is testing the items for concerning additives. Consumers who experienced a bad reaction from the Tiana 10 Len should seek a medical... Tianeptin. Let me... Hey, Alexa, what is Tianeptin?
From SaturdayDownSouth.com. Upton coached Vanderbilt in 1895, leading the Commodores to a 5-3-1 record.
Hey, Alexa, shut your hole.
I sent you the Wikipedia on it.
You did?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Tiepton.
Is this the weak Wikipedia of what this is?
Yes.
Oh, I got to get rid of all these, Anna.
I got a video if you want it.
You do?
Yeah.
Of the dance team, Willie?
Yeah.
With a lesbian kicker? You really do?
I swear to God. It's not great quality. It's 08, but...
Who cares?
Who cares?
Let me...
It's more entertaining than Tia Neptune.
Sold under the brand names as...
I don't know if that's going to show.
Stabian, Tatnol, or Cohexol, among others, is an atypical triglyceride. I don't know, man. I'm not a doctor.
Antidepressant?
Which is used mainly as a treatment in major depression.
Tricyclic.
Yeah. If you want to just take over this, I'd love for. I'm begging you to take over.
Okay,
this.
it's an atypical tricyclic antidepressant, which there's a bunch of them. We've had people on. So I don't know why it's being banned. There's probably some other stuff in it.
It's been found to act as an atypical agonist in the opiate receptor, which clinically negligible effects on the opiate receptors. I don't know, Dan. I mean,
it's painful. I know. The thing is that we really don't know how to fix depression, number one. So we have all these things that we think may help with depression. Some do, some don't.
I know
We're
it
not
helps
sure
with
why.
depression.
Exercise.
Hot ass
Yes.
and money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Jay's here.
For real. Hold
Sex, exercise, and money.
For sure.
All three help.
Yeah. Ass and money.
It says an Egyptian study showed that it helped with erectile dysfunction too. So
woohoo!
You can get a boner and trip balls.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like our trip to
a boner and bucks.
Sounds like our trip to
Stanford.
That Anna completely freaked out on. All right, Anna. So this is a video of
This is our hip hop routine.
Wait.
Oh, is it not working?
Well, look. Go to news feed.
Oh no.
There's Dion. He's not too happy right now.
Yeah, it was a Facebook link, but
But Warren is.
Maybe you can figure it out for me.
All right, I'll try to figure it out.
It didn't seem to want to come up for me. So if you can, is it your dance routine?
Yeah, it's the whole thing. All of them dancing, flying all across the stage. It's amazing. I just saw a brief moment of it.
Jay, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was awesome. Mellow, relaxing. That's an unusual thing for Thanksgiving.
It looks like the Diaco Thanksgiving. I think if you were to use maybe a phrase for you parted way, like you just went in different directions.
Well, no, Dan was the only one out this year. I'm usually out. My family went. I did both Lutz and I did South Tampa. Stevie had an Italian-only Thanksgiving. No turkey, no stuffing, no ham. Just Italian. It was awesome.
Did he actually sit down and enjoy it, or was he cleaning the entire time?
No, he's wiping crumbs up from under my mouth before they hit the table.
So your
He's
family.
not lying.
My son actually
he's not
commented.
exaggerating.
No, I'm not.
So you went and did the candle Lutz deal, which is probably more of a traditional Thanksgiving.
And it was really great there too. No tension. No. It was awesome. Yeah, it was great.
Are you saying that maybe
my
Dan?
in-laws.
Are you saying that maybe Dan brings the tension in your Thanksgiving festivities?
No, I think two's company, three's a crowd.
So Lutz deal, then down to Stevie D's.
Yep.
Stevie D has an Italian deal.
Yeah.
The smashed, the thinly smashed breaded chicken.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
And the sauce.
Krista chicken. Lots of pastas. And then he had for dessert, like a gelato, like ice cream counter with like everything you could imagine. Caramel, fudge, sprinkles, Reese's peanut. I mean, everything you could imagine for like a Sunday bar. It was incredible. And the funny part was he had gotten 14 quarts. And by the time Thanksgiving rolled around, there was only 11 left. He ate three nights before at one a night.
Let me Trey Bill, $50 in the PayPal.
Thank you.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bub Army. Now, where was Arlene?
She was there.
So Arlene's at Steve's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So the only big whodunit was, we have this dog. He's about to turn a year old on December 1st, Ripley. And
your dog, your family dog.
And I've never had a dog that didn't like to be crated. I've also never had a dog that pooped where it slept. And so this dog likes to do both.
Oh, nice.
He hates the cage, and when you put him in the cage, he likes to poop and then sit in it and smear it all over the cage and
It's
the
just
walls.
kind of an FU
Like
to
a
put
murder scene.
to put me into this cage.
Right, like a murder scene. So Candle and I reluctantly put him in the cage before we go to Lutz. And I, of course, forget about it for 20 minutes. And then the next thing I know, we're home 3 hours later, and it was a murder scene.
Oh,
so we had to bring him
Then
to
you had to
Stevens.
wash him.
Oh, my God. It was...
First of all, you got to wash him because you can't bring poop into Steve's house. He's the most anal retentive germaphobe
I
of all
stripped
you.
down to my underwear and started like working.
So then you have to bring. So then you got to bring the dog to Steve's.
Right, because I was not going to do another
probably
whodunit pooper
knows
caper.
that he's a pooper. That he's and they don't have their little Yorkie anymore.
So Rocco's there now, and he's a 100-pound beast. And my wife's afraid of Rocco and Ripley because Rocco likes to beat up on dogs. So
Rocky comes from the desert.
Rocco Diaco is like a
Rocco Diaco's a little bit rough around the edges.
Oh, he is. He's a walk-on.
Right.
He's not full bred.
Yeah, he's got a couple screws loose.
Yeah,
you know?
he's adopted pet from Bella. So
yeah, Bella was out in the desert one Saturday and was
peyote.
She was
doing some peyote,
herself, and she
doing
found the
some
dog.
peyote with some other hot USC chicks, and they found this stray dog, and somebody had a bright idea. It's like, I'm going to take it all the way back to Florida.
Right.
Yeah.
He's eating cactus.
So we bring the dog to Steve's, and the first 10 minutes is just like an all-and-out battle between these dogs. It's a turf battle. And
For
my
real?
dog's like 55 pounds, and that dog's 100 pounds, maybe 90 pounds. And so Mike Handel described it as Rocco would grab Rip by the collar and slam him to the ground. And so she's got a shock collar on Ripley, so she's shocking Ripley, but he's not doing anything wrong.
Ripley's like, I'm just getting my ass kicked right
so
now.
He's there like
And I'm
corking
getting-
out. And
he's like,
Bella
hold
has-
on, I'm getting my ass kicked for getting my ass kicked.
Right. And Bella's got electric shock collar on Rocco, and she's just looking at him. So
Because they're playing, Jay. They're not having a fight. They're just wrestling around and playing.
Were you
They're
there?
so
You didn't see it.
Just Jay's very protective
let me
of his
just finish
dog.
the story. But
All right.
you're right. My wife said she was really a bit frustrated, and then next thing you know, my dog learned this little spin move, Dan, where he'd hip toss Rocco right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd come up on him, and they'd start playing, and he'd do this little spin move and hit him right in the face with his hip. It
Yeah,
was
Doc
awesome.
does that to him.
So they had a ball. The only thing is we had to one of us had to be outside the whole time. So we
Had to be a supervised visit.
Yes, it was
because
a
Rocco
supervised.
has a screw loose where he could turn a playing into a shoot real fast. He's got that desert hair trigger
Yes.
where that he could just turn, hey, play fight with my cousin, and I'm going to kill him.
Exactly. Sort of like Dan.
It is like Dan. Dan, you got a screw loose. Let's just admit it. You do.
Couple.
I mean, you're the most volatile of the Diacos, wouldn't you think?
Oh,
Actually, no.
No, Steven's the most volatile.
I mean, really though?
Yeah.
Even on outward, public outbursts and stuff.
I mean, there was a, I mean, he got burned with a little bit of water at, Thanksgiving. And everyone heard it out loud.
What do you mean? He got
Krista, when she was pouring the pasta out,
and she got a little bit on him.
He got splashed, and so did she. And
what did he cuss?
Oh yeah, of course.
And was Arlene there? And she'd say, "Stephen,
Of
don't
course,
say those
everyone
words."
just
And she
got
got a
quiet.
rosary beads out and had to bless him with some holy water and everything.
Yes, she had
Everything
the
had
holy-
to stop until Arlene blessed Stephen for his potty mouth.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone just kind of like Eddie Murphy
Didn't
walking
she-
into the country bar. We all just got quiet for a second, and then everything was okay.
Didn't
again.
growing up she beat Stephen the most?
Oh yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
For sure. And he'd laugh at her, though. That's the problem. He literally turned, Danny and I figured out by watching my brothers that if you start crying before the corporal punishment is much less severe. Stephen didn't want to give my mother the satisfaction of knowing that what she did was hurting him. So she'd do the old wooden spoon thing where she'd go to the cabinet and start shaking all the different, all the utensils around, makes it a whole big process to it.
Well, I
You'd
mean,
have
she was
to-
like the ultimate warrior shaking the ropes.
She would.
shaking the ropes. She's like the ultimate warrior shaking the ropes, which instrument she was going to use to whip some ass.
Yeah.
Saber rattling.
So there was like a fear factor, and there was also a humiliation factor because the other brothers, Danny and I'd be sitting there going, "Here it comes!" And so
there
we'd
usually
watch.
only be probably one in ass whipping trouble, right?
This is
One or two. Very rarely all three.
These are serious. So the third thing she'd do is pull your pants down, and then she'd light you up with a wooden spoon on the bare butt. And so I'd be crying before light up number one, and I'd be out quick. Steven would take a couple good ones, and he'd look back at her and laugh.
What?
I swear to you. Do you remember those days, Dan? Like literally.
Dan, did you take him, being the smarter of the day, did you take the Stephen and say, Stephen, hey, dumbass, if you start the J crying before hit 1, it gets way easy. You looking at your mom and telling her, it didn't hurt, you dumbass, is going to only cause more pain.
No. I was afraid of him.
The reason why I didn't, because it would distract Mom away from me and Jay's asses and towards Steven's.
Right. So
I was like,
giggling.
fine, I gotta take it, dude. You want to be that dumbass that keeps fighting with the teacher till you get kicked out of school? Fine. You can do that with Mom.
And what's the year difference between you and Steven?
2 years.
2 years, and then between Steven and Jay?
A little less
Roughly
than
2 years.
Yeah,
So
we're
2
4 between all of us.
2.
Danny and I are almost exactly 4 years apart. On May 21st, he's June 2nd.
Danny, to me, it feels I got to go into words, and then we're going to talk about this 4-year-old was one of the released. Was it Abigail Moore or whatever hell? She's the
Parents are dead.
You're down. Yeah, our parents are dead. It's the most horrible thing ever. We're supposed to be celebrating this, and I am celebrating her release. But when you hear the backstory, it's horrible.
Her parents are dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she watched them get killed and then ran to another home and within her.
Well, why are we holding these people accountable?
We are. We just bombed their entire the area that they lived in and decimated. It's a bunch of rubble. We've killed thousands of them, and so there's a punishment going on. It's the whole thing is brutal. It started off badly. It's bad now.
Has it been handled good, bad, average, push? How
do you handle this well?
I don't know.
When you have the enemy submerged in the civilian population, often preventing them from leaving to safety, even though the Israelis will say, listen, we're going to bomb this building in 5 hours, get out. And then Hamas goes, nope, you're staying right there.
But I can't believe that they can't control an area the size of Pinellas Park. I mean, seriously, it's unbelievable.
Who is they? The Israelis?
The Israelis. It's got 5 miles by 20 miles. I mean, it's literally like it's like St. Pete, and an entire country can't just control St. Pete. I mean, Chronister can control St. Pete in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, but
I mean, these people are dedicated to making sure that every Jew on the planet is wiped out.
I think we need to send Grady Judd over there.
I agree, man, because I mean Israel's got nuclear weapons and jets, and they can't control 5 miles by 20 miles.
What do you want them to do? They can turn that whole place into glass in about 5 minutes, but they don't do that because they actually care about human life.
Can you imagine if Grady had jets? Can you imagine if Grady had jets and the safest place in the world to live?
Apaches.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The problem is, Bubba, is that the media is against any pro-Israel efforts.
Why?
And I don't know. I don't understand the anti-Semitism. I don't understand the kids on campuses.
I'll explain it right now.
I want you to in a second.
Please.
So tell me.
Because people like to look at things through the lens of oppressed and oppressor. And if you are considered the oppressor, then you are wrong. It doesn't matter. It's the same with like racial relations. You can see a white guy and a black guy. If the media has already determined that any black person is oppressed and every white person is the oppressor, it doesn't matter what the context is. And that's exactly what's going on with the Israel-Palestinian Hamas issue. Is that they go, all right, the Israelis are the oppressor, so they're wrong. And even if Hamas went in and massacred 1,400 people, it doesn't matter because guess what? The Israelis are the oppressors.
But
they're the aggressors.
That shows the ignorance of the media and of the youth of this country because they're not the oppressors. They're the oppressed. And they weren't the occupiers. You know, when you listen to the media, you hear them talk about buzzwords, occupation, apartheid states. Those are buzzwords for they want Jews to be eradicated off the earth. And so I don't understand how this isn't phrased as Israel's war on terror. That's what we had.
Yeah.
United States war on terror. It's not. They haven't couched it in that term, but that's what this is because it's not just Hamas. It's every other terror organization within Gaza that's holding hostages. It's Hezbollah to the north. It's Iran. It's Qatar. It's the whole Middle East, and we're sitting there all happy because this one American girl, which I'm super happy, was released. But our country doesn't even know how many Americans they have or where they are. They said today, we hope there's another American today. Really? They've had like 70 attacks on our bases in Iraq, from Iran. We haven't done anything about it. This is the worst national or United States response to anything that I've ever seen. This is called leading from behind like Obama used to do. We're letting Israel take all of the brunt politically,
I
and
mean, it was an attack on Israel.
And it was an attack on Israel, and they're defending themselves. That's it.
I just can't understand how we have all these Palestinian protests, all these pro-Palestinian protests. I mean, I don't think that Israel's position is we want to wipe out Palestinians at all.
No,
I
quite
think,
the contrary,
I
actually.
think, in fact, I think one of the reasons why this is kind of slow going, if you will, is that Israel's being strategic in trying to not hurt Palestinians.
Correct. They care more about the about Palestinian lives than Hamas does.
Right, and so
obviously,
if you're just the average educated guy like me, and me and Lummy are in our dorm rooms, and a couple people come say, "Hey, you guys want to go down to this pro-Palestinian rally?" We're like, well, "What is it for?" Well, it's for, we hate Israel because they're going in there, such as U.S. Americans who need maps. And, they're going in there and we're not. No, we're not going down there. That's stupid. Yeah. Palestine, Israel's doing its best to preserve life of Palestinians. In fact, I think Israel could really step it up a notch and make this thing quicker if they weren't trying to surgically try to get the Palestinians out of the
and also
preserve
preserve hostages as well.
Yeah, I mean it's like
both.
They're holding back. They're feathering the throttle right now because they're trying to save as many Americans, Israelis,
you got it.
Palestinians, anybody from that in the Gaza Strip, anybody in
that's
there
that's
not Hamas. They're trying to save.
And you know what the problem is that these people...
I'm not being pro-Palestinian at all.
But people that are protesting Israel, they fail to recognize that Israel is the only westernized democracy in the Middle East that allows Muslims to be a part of their government. They allow Christians to be a part of their government. They allow Jews. They have open... They don't kill homosexuals. They don't kill women. And then when I see people pro-Palestine... like queers for Palestine. Well, go over there and see how that works for you.
Yeah.
All that they said that there's the most conversions in history right now of young women to Islam, and I believe that it comes from a position of ignorance because if they recognized what the differentiation was between the governments and the philosophical beliefs of Israel versus the government and the philosophical and religious beliefs of Hamas, not the Palestinians, but there are many Palestinian terror organizations. It's not just Hamas.
I think that we are, as a world, and even more specifically Americans, such as U.S. Americans, I think we're just conditioned to hate. Like we just take our stances to hate. And so like, hey, this is an opportunity to hate Jews. Let's go hate some Jews. Like, no, hold on. We're not going to hate Jews because of some excursion that's happening that they didn't start, but they have to defend themselves. No, we ain't going to hate them. They're defending themselves, and so we just want to hate on something. We're just a bunch of little pussy-ass haters where we're going to go, as a country, we don't really have a lot. Like, if you're, like, in some college and you're going to go on the steps today and you're going to be a pro-Palestinian, protester against Israel. Why? What do you even know what you're protesting?
Because the left hates the West.
But you know what's so ironic
they're self-haters. They think that they don't like democracy. They don't like the history of the West. They think it's just based on, the patriarchy and colonialism. So they will do anything, even though it's wildly ironic because, like was mentioned before, go ahead and be gay and queer in Palestine, in Gaza. They'll throw you off. If the running joke is if they had any roofs left, they'd throw you off. But that's what it is. That they abide by Sharia law, so it's really a unique and odd situation.
Well, 6 months ago they were telling us that the anti-Semites were Trumpsters and MAGA, and I would just challenge somebody: has anyone seen a MAGA hat at a pro-Palestine rally?
Nope.
Here's the thing.
Watch it's just the most anti-Israel, anti-Jew time in my entire life, the most anti-Semitic time I can remember since I was a kid and learned about World War II. I've never seen anything like this.
Here's why this is happening in our country. Because our generations after us, starting with Lummy's generation, generations run in cycles of about 20 years. Okay? So our grandfathers fought in World War II. our dads, me talking about me, Jay, and our dads fought in Vietnam
and Korea.
We potentially fought in Desert Storm.
Correct.
Okay, those are the generations. And if you watch, and today's generation is now, I don't know.
That's interesting.
Hold on.
They have where did they fight?
So hold on.
GTA.
So if you look exactly, they're fighting Fortnite.
Grand Theft Auto.
So think about each level of softness. None of us have the grit of our grandfather.
No.
And so hold on. I've come to this conclusion, and I was going to monologue about it, so I'll do it now. I've been watching The Band of Brothers. It was originally done on HBO in 2001.
Yep.
And
What a show.
And it's now on Netflix, and I just got into it. And even after 23 years, it still holds up, and it's talking about the 101st Airborne Paratroopers and how these guys were just, it's in D-Day and Normandy and the invasion of France and moving back the Germans, and you look at, so those would have been those men that we watched, and Jay, I know you're familiar with the series.
Yeah.
Those were our granddads.
Yep.
And then our dads that were in Vietnam.
And that's the silent generation. They didn't come back and talk about it.
No. In fact, I don't even know which one was more brutal. They probably were pretty brutal in itself, Vietnam and World. But listen, we didn't have the grit of our grandfathers that were in World War II.
No.
We didn't have the grit that our fathers did that went to Vietnam.
No.
Our first war that my generation could have participated in would have been Desert Storm.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any veteran that served in that excursion or anything that we're doing now, but war isn't the same as it used to be when you were buried in a foxhole for 4 days, trying not to get frostbite,
Right.
on your toes.
With a cloth backpack and no body armor.
Right, exactly. And low on ammo.
Right.
And the general comes out and gives you the good news. Christmas time will be spent in your foxhole because
if you make it that long.
If you make it that long. And basically you need to learn how, as I'm watching The Band of Brothers, you need to think that the way you're a good soldier, and it's quoted in this movie, Band of Brothers, is what really takes you to the next level of being a soldier. This one guy tells this one dude who's a pussy and doesn't want to fight, says, listen, the minute you accept that you're dead, then you don't care and you just go out and fight your ass off. And he goes, the starting point is, I'm dead. I'm going to die. And so, think about that. And so think about, that's exactly how it is. Our grandfathers were in World War II. Our dads were in Vietnam. We were in Desert Storm. And our kids now are at Fortnite.
Right. And
that's the grit of our kid. That's the grit of the generations.
And I think Dan will admit to this. We have some friends that were Marines. Paul Jones, I'm thinking of. Danny and I don't have the grit of that guy.
No.
That guy could, and Marines that went through
Dan
Desert
hurt his thumb
Storm,
playing guitar.
Dan hurt his thumb playing a guitar. He is a pussy.
Yeah. So those guys, they did one of the longest and hardest door-to-door warfare battles in history in Desert Storm.
Fallujah.
Yes. And they went door to door and this is what they're supposed to be doing right now in Gaza. And it's just different because they didn't have the underground network of tunnels that they have in Gaza. And so that's complicating the door-to-door. But you remember they'd show us every day, you'd see Marines using that form where they go into the door and they all have their body armor on and they go in and they ask everybody who's who. And then they clear the house and they go to the next one. And there's just not the ability to do that in Gaza right now.
Well, I started learning through Iraq and Afghanistan because the U.S. had to do the same thing and they had tunnel systems.
I'm just saying, though. We're soft. We're soft.
We're soft.
Kids are
Here's
soft.
the thing, Bubba, and I think it's multifactorial. Number one, like you said, I don't think this generation has really been tested. Certainly, this generation has been, given a lot of reasons to give excuses. You're allowed to not have to, you don't have to go to PE.
No.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to. All you have to do is say, my emotions are sensitive, and then you get pulled out of whatever activity you're in. No one is allowed to endure any discomfort throughout the day.
No.
You can eat in every class. You can go to the bathroom at any time. You can anything. No one is allowed to hear the word no anymore.
Right.
Because if someone says no to you,
no is no longer an option.
Right.
If you don't want it to
there's
be.
no winners,
Nope.
there's no losers, just participants.
Yeah, everyone's
trophy for everyone.
And really this universal mentality that has been encouraged throughout our, not only just the mainstream media, but our advertising, and our businesses are encouraging it, and our schools are encouraging it, and our after-school activities are encouraging it. Everyone's encouraging,
and our parents
no discipline.
are allowing it.
Right, and our parents are allowing it.
That's whose fault it is.
And so it's
Well,
everyone's.
it's not the kids' fault.
I don't
It's
think
a
the parents knew
multifactorial.
Yeah, but
until
hold on.
COVID peeled back the layers of how bad the education system was.
37. I know, Lummy. I got to go into words, but here's the deal: you have to allow it as a parent, or they'll call children's services on you.
Exactly. There's too much pressure. And
If I had my kid out doing push-ups and sit-ups on Saturday and running laps and coaching them up and making them do things, and they would literally be, if I was being Bubba Lombardi on my kid and making them really
Call CPA on that ass.
they would.
Yeah. And when we were kids, Bubba, no one wanted to be a victim. Now everyone's begging to be a victim. Everyone just like goes out of the way to try to become a victim. And when we were kids, Bubba, we were taught not to be victims, to watch your back, to not be weak, to try to win, to try to better yourself, to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, so that you learn how to do something better. If everything was easy, everybody would have abs. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. But I look at when I watch the Band of Brothers, and I look at what those men did and how they were trained up back in the 40s because they fought World War II, and they were training to be paratroopers. I was like, man, I couldn't. I feel as I'm pretty grizzled. I couldn't do that.
No way.
You could if you didn't have a choice. If that's how
I
you
don't know,
raised,
man.
and there was a draft and you had to go in.
I
you
think
just
my
do
generation is softer than that generation.
Well, it's that cycle that we talk about all the time. It's like hard times leads to strong men, leads to good times, leads to weak men, and then the cycle just continues.
Leads to video games and Fortnite and participation trophies. That's where we are right now.
But you go to a mall. But if you go to a mall and you're like, okay, I'm gonna take everyone in this mall and put them in my army, your ass is gonna lose.
Oh yeah, I was in the mall this weekend. It's pretty.
Who goes to the mall?
The humanity of the mall.
The humanity of the mall.
There's a new series, The Humanity of the Mall.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I went shopping with my daughter on
Black Friday.
Saturday.
You're a better father than me.
I said no, and then I thought, man, that's a pretty crappy thing to do. So I'm going to say yes. And then I told her, if I can't find a parking spot, we're out. And I found one right away.
Yeah. I would have said, hey, listen, what's your daughter's name? Sage. Let's go online. We can find it probably.
I tried that.
If you're looking for that non-offensive broadcast, you're in for a surprise. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I love the sponge.
It's not that kind of love sponge.
She wanted those. What are those little shoes that have stars on them that are way too expensive?
No idea. Oh, Crocs?
No.
Thing
No.
Jellies? Is that a thing, or is that from 1994?
That's 94.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, she just wanted to.
There's also better
find her style.
There's better deals.
You know what I mean? She's a little avid, and she just always order stuff. And you can't really shop by Amazon.
Try Stefan.
So we walked through, and I'm like, that's a little frumpy, and that looks cute. What do you think of that? And so.
Oh, that's so cute. She wanted to go shopping with you.
She wanted to go
that
shopping with
someone. That shit's not gonna last, motherfucker.
No, I'm gonna do it with her.
Yeah.
Again, a lot. I mean, it was fun.
Good.
I enjoy shopping.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Huh.
And not really for girl stuff. That was kind of.
Yeah, but if she was enjoying it, so I'm sure you were enjoying watching her enjoy it, or no?
It
not
was.
at all.
That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
I mean, she was just.
Yeah.
She's like, you're gonna get that, and I'm like, yeah. I think it was 40% off.
Did you get anything?
No, nothing for me.
Okay.
No. So we.
Well, how fun for her, little daddy daughter.
Yeah, and then we walked in through Dillard's, and I don't think she'd ever really seen a department store where I'm like, this has got everything. She's like, what? And I'm like, men's shoes, men's clothes, perfume.
Really?
She was, wow. I'm like, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool. We had a good time.
Good. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. She's a good kid.
Yeah.
I mean, all she's concerned with is like Taylor Swift and school.
Okay.
So that's
not
all.
what she should be concerned with.
Exactly. It's all good.
85
she
minutes.
is limited to
Huh?
a thing.
85
She
minutes.
Oh, it is?
It's like a like junior, like preteen kind of.
Yeah, there was a couple more stories.
Can I talk about
I
it?
don't think they had that there.
Is it still BubbaArmyPicks.com?
Yep. If I was.
Hey, will you take that plate and just put it in the sink?
Like when I was a kid,
Just
you
put-
were in high
you know,
school
I'll run-
or college, and you got a job at the mall. It's a good job. You know, you got a real store.
Sure.
Thank you. Don't cut your stone. There's a knife there.
How do I say it?
89 minutes?
It's a diverse selection
85.
of people.
85. Okay.
You know, and if, how do you have like a boy like working at the girl store wearing like
It's all on that.
I mean, Sephora there was
That's Bubba Army Picks.
Well, Sephora's for like.
Picks
It's for women.
450 pound
Gmail.
with green lipstick
I mean, that's. I've been seeing that for years. Not that I go to Sephora all the time, but you see that shit at like Ulta.
on. I know. I'm just like, just like Danny said.
And
This is what
honestly,
they advertising.
They
is
know
like-
more than everybody else.
Yeah, you would love to go to the mall.
Oh, you, now you're looking to do that.
Saturday it was Friday or Saturday.
You don't have to do both.
They had police there. I was wondering why. Because we were just trying to drive by. They did a pro-Palestine protest along with
yeah?
Friday.
Well, I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't go unless I was packing. I told that was the only thing I had to do before I left Bubba was make sure that you couldn't see my piece with my skinny body and my shirt. I was not going to the mall unprepared.
It was horrible.
Lamb Buzzman, what's up, buddy? I never did the Inspire because I don't want to have a big scar on my chest. What's up, Gary Cantrell? Everybody, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. How was your Thanksgiving, Bubba?
Great.
Mom good?
Good, yes.
I know grouper lips, I gotta do it. The problem is I'm so skinny, it's hard to hide it. I just need longer shirts. But a pull yoke joke. Yeah, untuck it.
Well, the untucked shirts.
Yeah.
You've seen those?
Yeah, I have. I am sleeping a little better, HS Bubba Fan 69, just because Danny told me I need to eat, sleep, and work out, and that turns out he was correct. Vernon Bama boy. Von Verse? I don't know if those are them or not. What up, Rob Green 3? Jamie Flynn, Finn 212. Trick Knee.
What do you like that? Do you like the deal they cut for the hostage exchange?
No, I mean, not really.
3 for 1?
Yeah, you know what I think they should be showing is let's see the buses of the men and see what they look like compared to the pictures of the little children and the women that they're getting, the hostage release. Let's see what the swap looks like. I would like to see 3 to 1 men for those little innocents
Well, they said they're releasing right now, apparently, women and teenagers, boys.
who were being detained for cause.
Yeah.
Every one of them was being detained for cause.
So now they're
And like
releasing-
women who were convicted of car bombs. One of the women that got released was literally in jail serving a term for a car bomb.
So let's think what they're probably going to, let's see, they served in prison time.
But she's still a woman.
But they're probably still angry.
Yeah.
So when they get out, I'm sure they're going to go right back to.
What's up, Farva?
Barbara walking that ass off.
Globugs, Unity 17. Bouncer 157. I hadn't heard that. Is it hilarious? 50 short stroker. It was a shield. No worries.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's a good one. What's up, the fat pig?
The fat pig. Call me from
Colin Adams.
slowly sinks into your skull. Corrupting the synapses in your brain, taking control of you. And there's no way to stop it. We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I've been informed by the Macho Man that the back video wall now is 85 minutes long. Getting longer. Submit your Bubba Army pics. Whether you met me back in a Bubba Palooza or you got a Bubba Army sticker that you put on a stop sign in your hometown, or you got ducked, a Bubba Army duck, or just you in a picture of maybe you and your beautiful wife or mom or whatever in your Bubba Army gear. Doesn't matter as long as you're repping the brand in some way, shape, or form. Send that picture to Bubba Army Pics, P-I-C-S, BubbaArmyPics@gmail.com. We're going to have version 1 of the video wall, Lummy, up this week, maybe today.
Awesome.
On YouTube and various parts. The podcast that we do today, Lummy, which we'll probably do about 10:15.
All right.
Will be posted at wherever you get your podcasting. And today is the 6 millionth download. Woo! And as promised,
Today's the day?
Yeah, today's the day.
Awesome.
I'll be revealing the pop star, the very at the time hot. I mean, listen, I've not talked about this much during my career at all because it's just not believable.
Oh,
It's not believable.
I can see that.
So I'm not going to even try to think that you're going to believe it. But why would I have why would I lie? I've kept it in this long because I didn't want to look like a clown. But it did happen. It's my experience. I don't know if she would acknowledge it or not. Probably not. Especially with my reputation nowadays. If they were just to ask her, hey, did you ever sleep with Bubba the Love Sponge, Shock Jock, or I'm sorry, B96, nighttime, June 86, 89. She probably would make her feel might make her look a little slutty. So she may just say I don't even know that guy. And so you can believe what you want. I have no reason to lie. And I've looked stupid all these years keeping this in. But nobody's going to believe me. So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. So I want to tell everybody my experience and, probably knowing that she would either deny it or sue me.
I got your back on this one, Bubba.
Yeah,
truth is an absolute defense.
But here's the day. Jay, here's the deal. Let's just legally try to think this through. I
already have.
Okay, so it's 1989, first of all. And I'm going to publicly talk about my experience that I had with this particular person. And I'm going to name her. Well, if she's and I'm going to have some pretty good details as far as, that could, I have details that are the average person probably that didn't experience this couldn't replicate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to have
facts. We call those facts.
Yeah, well, but see, the thing about it is I don't know that, there are any facts. I don't know if there's any discoverable facts. I don't know if the hotel that she was staying in has surveillance dating back to 1989 that would see me walking into the building.
She'd have to prove the falsity, though. She'd have to prove that the statements were false. So there's your standard. And the affirmative defense is truth is an absolute defense to any defamatory or alleged defamatory or slanderous statement.
So there you go. I was going to say her name.
You almost bombed it?
I almost
dropped
did.
the bomb right there.
Did.
Do that.
Nope.
But, it was a one-time thing. It was very memorable for me. Probably not her. Well, you know what?
I think it had to be.
I think deep down, she's probably embarrassed, because of what I've become and what she's become. She's, I've become kind of a...
She's still an icon?
No.
Okay,
no.
well then...
Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe she is still in where she lives and stuff. I don't know. But I got to tell you, it's the only real famous person that I've blasted. And she's not real famous now, but she was pretty damn famous then. And let me, when I was going back and telling the boys, none of them believed me.
No.
They're like, because at the time when I blasted her, she might have had a number one hit.
That's so cool.
Let me, during the break, I'm gonna Google what her charting position was on her couple songs.
Oh, nice.
So we'll do that today. It'll be to celebrate our 6th millionth download. You can get your download. You can get your podcast. This particular podcast anywhere you get your podcasting stuff. iHeart, iTunes, Apple, or you can go to Bubba Army HQ, sign up, and download away.
There you go.
So appreciate it. Jay, have you seen how good Bubba Army HQ turned out?
Amazing. I love it.
It's turned out.
I think it's killer.
It's turned out so great. So thank you for everybody that's been a part of that. Lummy, you, Rat, Macho Man, just been busting your guys' ass, having meetings after meetings after. You have a meeting about a meeting about a meeting.
Yeah, but about another meeting.
I went to bed last night dreaming about your roast. Is that bad?
No.
I was trying to think of jokes and I think I came up with a couple. And I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do, Steve? I'm gonna run them all by Steve. Steve's the funniest guy I know. He's gonna help me.
He'll also lawyer up.
No. Steven is really, really funny. He could be a comedian if he really put his mind to it. He's that funny.
What's our roster right now? Because I got a couple additions and I got an idea with regards to our December 22nd Bubba roast, and that's celebrating our 100,000th subscriber on YouTube. And did you see, Lemmy? We're already at 101. Get ready to hit 102.
That's awesome. Quickness.
Awesome.
We blew through 100. Lummy, what do you got so far?
So far,
hold on, I gotta write this down.
It's everyone that works there. So.
All right, so hold on. Dan is the roast master, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then Lummy, right?
Yes.
Then Anna.
Yep.
And then Rhett.
Yep.
Now, did Macho Man? I think Macho Man said he did not want to.
He did not want to.
Okay, Macho Man. So then we got Jay.
Yep.
Then we got Brian.
Yep.
Right? Hold on here. And then we got the Merch Crick.
Yes.
Nice. She's gonna step up.
Yep.
Awesome.
And then,
Tom Bean.
Tom Bean.
Yep.
We got
Tara.
Oh, this is gonna be
Tara
good.
and my mom.
No.
Yes. And then Lummy. I think that's all there is.
You said Dark Match Steve could.
What?
Oh man.
Yeah, you said you gave him like 3 minutes.
Yeah. You allowed
You
that.
did that.
I might have to pull that.
Oh no.
Lummy.
There's already a lot of people.
I had some people that inquire. I could get like Larry Plummer, Sumo, maybe Tony Stewart, and maybe Dion. All video, all via video. Like if they shot me, if they shot me a video, then we could put as we're doing it. We could say now to the video screen, Larry Plummer, right?
How about Howard?
I don't think.
Would he do a video?
I don't
roasting you.
I don't think he would.
No.
To the point where I don't even think I'd ask.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked him to do the foreword of my book that I never released.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that became something else that I'm working on. And he politely declined. He's like,
But how cool you can ask him.
Hold on. Can I tell you, though, this was at my lowest. This was like, let me an 18,
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to be so impressed by this, Jay, because and I know the answer would still be yes. So I'm looking at that time. I'm writing a book, doing a book. And that book has turned into something now else. Well, it's turned into this documentary thingy that they're working on that I don't have anything to do with. But I think a lot of that concept, Lummy, started from the book.
Yeah.
So, Jay, as I'm writing this book, and I'm working with this ghostwriter, and we're writing this book, he's like, listen, we need to get the foreword written now, and the foreword is so important because that is in itself a selling point if it's a big enough name.
Right.
And so the first name, it would be the title of my book, but then it says forward by Howard Stern.
Mm-hmm.
See, that in itself damn near sells the book.
It's an endorsement.
So here I asked Howard, and he politely declined in just the absolute nicest letter ever. And that was when remember Lummy, when his new book came out, and it was pretty close to his new book, and he's like, he felt really bad about it, but he declined. So then I asked Tucker, and that's when Tucker's riding high. I mean, Tucker's,
Fox number
the
one.
man. And Tucker's like, I can't, I would but I can't because it'd probably be contractually against my Fox deal and my Simon & Schuster deal. Don't forget, he's an author too.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you're an author, they regulate what you can appear on. Like you can't do forwards of just any, stupid ass radio book. So I asked the next person, and you know what he said?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I would be honored to. Tell me where we go from there. And do you know who that person was?
Who?
Deion Sanders.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Deion Sanders. I wish I could find the text. I probably screenshotted it. I sent him a text. I said, Deion, I'm doing a book. It's going to be somewhat controversial about some of the things I've been involved in. But would you do my forward? Would you do my forward? And he was like, yes, I will. I'd be honored to.
He's always been a true friend. That doesn't surprise me.
And then the next one that I know I also would have got a yes from would have been Tony Stewart.
Nice.
And I don't think I don't know that Larry can write.
Bird. He's illiterate.
Bird. Not Plumber.
Oh, sorry.
Not Plumber. Bird.
I thought you meant Larry Plumber.
That's rude.
My name's Larry Bird, and I've known Bubba since 1986. And he was a thick neck then. He's a thick neck now.
Watch me hit this 3.
And then watch me hit this 3 and smoke this cool. Lummy, he'd be smoking a cool, having a cool hanging from hitting 3s.
Really?
Yeah.
Badass.
Man.
He used to tell people, you put a white guy on me? What, you disrespected me? There's like a whole thing on YouTube where there's all these games where all these players talk about him coming out.
He went to Chuck Daly one time when they were playing the Pistons, and he goes, Chuck, you putting a white guy on me?
Yep.
Chuck goes, yep. He goes, all right, you're going to be sorry.
That's it.
Larry drained about 12, and he goes, you better put 2 black guys on me.
And, he was one of those guys that everyone respected, and they talked about what the league was like at the time, and he was somebody that you did not want to upset.
Hold on. The black guys in the league.
Yeah, they loved him.
Yeah. They would tell. There's this ongoing thing, like the black guys in the league would say, do you know who the biggest crap talker is? The hick from French Lick.
Yep.
It ain't Charles Barkley. It's not Dr. J. It's not Magic. It's not, no, it's Larry Bird.
Barkley's...
He talks the most crap. He'll tell a dude, hey, I'll tell you right now, we're down by 2. We got 2 seconds left. I'm going to inbound it right there, and I'm going to turn around your face and shoot it, and we're going to win the ball game with about a half second left. And so he did that once against the Supersonics, and then he told the dude he left like 1 second on the clock, and he goes, damn it, left you too much time. But I mean, they couldn't choke it down the court and get it in.
He was unbelievable.
But he was probably the most unbelievable player ever, just because he was good on defense too. Like Lummy, he was just, God, he was so good.
And if he would have just paid a landscaper,
if you just paid you and Big Red like $250 a piece, in West Baton, Indiana, and not blowed out his back, he was putting new gravel in for his mom, Georgia.
I can't believe it.
And because he didn't want to pay some dude $200 to do it himself, so he spent 2 days shoveling gravel on this gravel driveway. I mean, because when the guy drops it off, he just lays it in a big load. Then you got to get a wheelbarrow
and scrape it out,
and put, first of all, shovel it into the wheelbarrow, then take the wheelbarrow down the road, then dump the wheelbarrow, then spread it out with a rake, then get the shovel, and he did it all by himself in 2 days. Blew out his back.
That's insane.
But Deion Sanders said, hell yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. God bless him. Lummy, is Deion going to be okay? I know Shador didn't play the last game. They won 4. That arguably probably next to that's the Pac-12 this year was loaded. Were they not?
Yeah, they were loaded. They kind of came back down, but they had some talent. But he'll be fine. He's going to get the recruits. They're going to the Big 12.
Did you see where But did you see where his 2025 #1 overall quarterback recruit from Georgia decommitted?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean,
He'll find another one.
Yeah, he'll find 5 more.
I got to tell you, that backup that played Saturday night, the true red shirt freshman,
Yeah.
he was pretty damn good.
No, he was. And it looked like Shador, I guess he has a broken bone in his back.
Does he really?
That's why he didn't play.
I didn't know that was the deal.
Yeah,
Is it
season-ending injury? So I think he's got to have surgery.
Oof.
Season ending and the season's over.
I know.
He's been arrested, sued, fined, and fired. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So what does that make him? Bubba the Love Sponge.
Of course.
Jay, did you see Dolly?
I did.
Okay, good.
Incredible.
I think everybody, Dolly is probably, her brand is so hot right now.
I mean, your guy's breakdown was so accurate.
Yeah. Even Dan was being nice to Dolly.
Because what he said is, I mean, it's objectively true. When he stopped her and said, look at her face. Her lips don't look weird. She doesn't have one of those faces like a Catwoman. You know, where they by the time they're 77, they've had so much plastic surgery.
She's just perfect.
The face doesn't move.
Her plastic surgeon is just fucking bomb.
Yep. And, you know, she's her own brand. Talk about somebody that was like Gene Simmons, you know, that really capitalized on her brand and kept it relevant for 40 years. And doesn't she have a self-named theme park, Dolly World?
Yeah.
Was the mall crazy when you went?
It was, yeah, not as bad as I thought it was from what my son said the day before. My son went on Black Friday, and he said he was trying to park, and there were 2 cars in front of him that got into a parking dispute, and one car had 5 people that jumped out of the car and surrounded the other one. And so he called me, he's like, I'm leaving now. And I'm like, good decision.
So he didn't even go into the mall?
He didn't even go into the mall.
Yeah.
It was so nuts.
He's like, all right, people are crazy.
Yeah. So.
That's probably wise.
I
Was
don't
he
know
going to go meet friends, or was he just going to go
He was going with a friend.
Okay.
Yeah. He was going specifically for like vintage t-shirts or something.
Yeah.
There was a specific store he was going to go to. He's not like a big shopper.
Yeah, me neither. Although I did do quite a bit of Friday shopping.
Did you? Online?
Yeah, I'm not one to do that, but there's some good deals, and I love me some. I have basically a whole new workout wardrobe coming soon. So.
What do you wear? What is it? Do you use Lululemon
like,
or is it any?
No, like other brands.
Well, what's like what would be the MMA brand that you wear?
Well, I actually don't wear any of these brands, but I like follow the people that do,
So
and
you
I
start
like their
getting some?
shit. Yeah, so I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'll get it. Like Jim Shark.
Yeah, okay, I
Stuff like that. So, yeah.
That's
got
cool.
lots of stuff.
I'll try to get it done. The first place game I'm going to
Yeah. See, I don't wear regular clothes, as you can see, but.
3.
Yeah, well, I either have a dress up or dress down. I don't have really much.
Call me home.
Yeah. Super casual or
Yeah.
super.
Oh,
yeah.
Or I'm in my work
Uniform. Court uniform.
Yeah.
He sit down on the ground. I'm like this. He said, "Hey, Brooke," I'm like, "What?" He said, "I like you, you got balls, but I'm still getting 40 on your ass."
Who that is?
Hmm.
And it is back.
Oh, I know HS Bubba Fan 69, but I didn't do it on Black Friday.
You did it on Black Saturday.
I did it on Black Saturday, exactly.
And today's
He
Saturday.
said, "But
Monday.
thanks for paying." What do you think of the new IG account, HS Bubba Fan 69? I got a young girl working out of Madrid, Spain, who's been amazing.
My dream.
She works harder than anyone in the United States I've had at her age ever.
My dream.
Who's that?
Oh, thanks, Group of Lips. The girl doing my social media stuff, like my whole. If you notice, there's like a whole new look of my IG account,
Yeah.
website, and all that stuff. So she's the one who'll send me like, do something five reasons why this should happen, or 5 reasons why that should happen. So, she gave me three ways to avoid personal injury on Black Friday, and I just said, don't go, wait till Cyber Monday. So stupid little things, but she's got a TikTok
awesome.
account open for Diaco Law, and she's got me doing like stupid reaction videos and shit. But I mean, they're already she's thrilled. So the objective, obviously, is to grow the footprint of the business.
Sure, of course. That's how to
While
do
not
it.
being too cheesy, but she got me doing stuff I would have never imagined I'd do.
Good. She knows what hits.
She does. I know it's working if my son liked it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I sent you a text into
What's up, everybody?
Does she have her boobies out?
Well, hopefully.
Let's find out.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, we finally got Dan's pictures up.
Okay. I'll do that. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, I'll post that.
We're going to Tool Blummel's divorce lawyer. It's going to be down at the Hard Rock, I think, in January or whatever, February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who opens for it? Yeah. Your son might open.
I don't know. I didn't even pay
It's a
attention.
big name.
I'm sure it is.
From that era.
Yeah.
Mike Hawk.
Yeah, probably.
You are about to enter the Bubba Spin Zone. Are you sure you want to do this?
Toss the salad.
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
BubbaArmyHQ.com. I posted up on our Instagram, our TikTok, our Facebook, which is a direct link if you'd like to buy a membership, a gift card membership for your Bubba Army loved one. You can even strategically have it emailed on the date that you'd like them to get it. You can become a sergeant or a lieutenant, which gives you full range of the capabilities of our newest play toy, BubbaArmyHQ.com. Appreciate you. So, Lummy, very rarely do I, do GoFundMe stuff, and as soon as you open that door, then I try to limit that. The last GoFundMe we promoted was Mario from Reno's daughter who got slaughtered. You remember?
Jesus, yeah. How could anyone forget that?
Oh, the worst. And that was the last because I really truly feel for
That was
this
next level
for this dad, and I had lunch. I had lunch with him when I was visiting my dad. And
What'd you have for lunch?
I don't see. You're just don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're so nosy. What does that pertain to the story?
I just like to
You're
know.
stupid.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway, that's the last GoFundMe that I promoted, just because I don't want to open that can of worms. But we are here to help the Bubba Army when we can. If we need to promote something, and Maria Guatemala, now she has entered into this baking contest, this cake baker.
She's
contest.
a real baker.
And here's the thing: if I didn't think that Maria, now listen, I love Maria Guatemala. She and her no-name husband are now permanent fixtures at Bubba 199. She's not, she's easy on the eyes as well,
Yeah.
She looks good. I don't know if Dan did her boobs or not, but my God, she looks great. She looks great. And we are all, and even Anna, who's the most negative, pessimistic bitch in the world, and doesn't want to like anything, her starting point is it's not good. That's her starting point. And then you can, if something is just good or phenomenal or even just breathtaking, she will quickly reset and go, oh my God.
I'm fair. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm fair. I
But
may
you-
start out a little cynical, but I'm fair.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
You're very fair. Like, if Maria Guatemala's baking was just, but this bitch can bake.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just baking, it's the decoration.
Now,
of
Jay,
the
did you
cakes.
see Dan's cake where she had golden scalpel that was edible? And we may have pictures.
Here,
yeah.
Jay. Look.
This
Like
is
the
a
whole fondant
she
thing?
made. Oh, she makes it.
my
Sometimes
God.
Kind of see how
sometimes it
detailed
takes
that
her a
is.
week. Sometimes it takes a week or two, and everything that you're
awesome.
seeing is edible, and so she's entering into
She's skilled.
Yeah.
a $10,000 baking contest, and I gotta tell you, this bitch is unbelievable when it comes to baking.
She made Walker a Minion cake, and that Minion looked, it was unbelievable.
She makes cakes that you want to maybe freeze and not eat.
We didn't want to eat the cake.
I'd be like, you know what, Maria? Let us go down to Publix and get an eaten cake, and then let's save your work of art as our work and freeze it. Because it's unbelievable. She, in all my years, she probably is the most talented cake maker I've ever seen.
No doubt.
Anna, have you ever?
I just make cakes that taste good, but she
Yes, they do.
decorates them just like the themes and the detail. It's so precise and it's
Does
stunning.
it taste good as well?
Yes, yes.
Because you
Unbelievable.
do bake some good stuff.
So
Some good shiz.
She
you.
in
Appreciate
in 3 hours. There's this contest that I think Lummy's open for 4 days, and I'm going to ask the Bubba Army. I'm going to have it up on our Facebook,
Yeah.
our TikTok, our
Insta.
Instagram, our Twitter. I'm going to have the link, her link, for you to vote for her. I'm going to remind you every day. I don't know if it's multi. If you can
posting
only
it.
vote for one IP. If you can only vote once a day. I don't know the rules on voting. But Bubba Army, I'm asking you to get behind Maria Guatemala. She makes all of our cakes for all of our, when we have birthday parties, and they're just, and honest to God, she is unbelievable. Unbelievable. She could do it for a living if she could somehow.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
I need to get her in touch with my girl Gloria, who just got engaged this weekend. Her and Angus, congratulations. I need to because Gloria is a wedding planner.
Oh,
and but aren't those wedding cakes far bigger and far more elaborate? Or do you think Maria could do that too?
Oh, she could do it. She could do that easy. She could do that.
Easy peasy.
Just a few more layers, but she could do it.
Yeah, I need to get Gloria in touch with
I'll post
Maria
this.
Guatemala. So Lummy, when I get off the air, I'm going to put them up on our Facebook. And do you got Lummy? Will you get Twitter too?
Yes.
You got Twitter and Tick.
Yep.
Anna, you got Insta.
I got it.
I'll do Facebook.
Oh,
Sounds
the picture
good.
she's using is actually the cake she made for Walker, the Minion.
Really?
Because they went on The Greatest Baker. That's what it's under. To see about voting, but yeah, you can only start voting in 3 hours.
Yeah, voting doesn't start till noon or 11:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So please, Bubba Army, share it, like it, send it to a friend. And wouldn't that be
She said
cool?
it's 10 days, I think.
Is it 10 days?
I think that's what she said
Is
in
it
chat.
$10,000?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'd love for her to win that.
Of course.
That'd be awesome. Maria Guatemala.
That's sick. I just saw the Minion one. Pfft, unbelievable.
So we were talking about Larry Bird. And now this is this is somebody asking Dominic Wilkins. Now, arguably, were they both small forwards, Lummy? Yeah, they were both.
Yeah, Dominic, yeah.
Or shooting forwards.
Yeah, you can call them that. They're forwards.
Yeah. And Dominic was a rookie in the league, but he was, he was Dominic Wilkins. He was arguably one of the best, 10 forwards in the league ever.
Guy could dunk. Man, he could jump.
And so this is how Larry Bird was just straight Indiana white trash. He didn't care what color you were. He didn't care if you're black, if you're white, if you're a ginger. He didn't matter. If you were his opponent, he hated you. And here's Dominic Wilkins' story about Larry Bird.
Tell me about the first time you played Bird and how.
Now there's Dominic Wilkins right here. Watch
Look,
this.
he had to touch his head first. Like, oh
yeah.
God.
This is the first time.
Oh,
and this is so Larry. Listen,
How that rivalry began.
I mean, Bird's funny.
Listen.
So, again, we're in the Boston Garden. I'm in awe because this,
The banners.
This is, mystique of the Boston Garden. And I remember the first, we was at the jump circle, and I go shake Larry Bird's hand. He put both hands behind his back. I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's just getting into the game. I'm trying to give him the benefit down. The first play of the game, I'm guarding. He said, I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes.
And he shoots a three.
To 3. And I wasn't mad he made the 3. I thought, this son of a bitch just called me Holmes.
Hold on. Some white boy calling Dominic Wilkins Holmes.
Oh, man, I was so mad. So I'm coming down the left side, and I go up in a fast break, and he comes out, and I'm pumping it behind my head, and he jumps. I said, I got him. Boom. And he's sitting down on the ground. I'm pointing like this. He said, hey, Rook. I'm like, what? He said, I like you. You got balls. But I'm still getting 40 on your ass.
He says, I like you. You got balls, but I'm still getting 40 on your ass.
That's pimp.
Have you ever got into like a YouTube?
Oh, Larry Bird?
Larry Bird deal?
I have.
yeah.
Oh,
the
I have.
vortex of Larry Bird
Oh,
or
my
Michael
God.
Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good.
His defense, his passing, everything was just.
His no-look pass.
Oh, yeah.
His ankle breaker where you'd go and act like he was shooting a guy would fall over, and then he'd drain a 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By the Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Qatar, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdurrahman Al Thani.
Oh, nice
think she
work,
practiced
Margaret.
that?
I mean-
nice work, Margaret. That is impressive.
Who?
Foreign Minister of Qatar, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdurrahman Al Thani. It is his first
She even give
interview
like a
since
hot-
Qatar
And she put the in there.
Yeah.
broker this
Let's see what this guy's got to say about what's going down.
hostage deal between Hamas and Israel. Qatar has also facilitated getting Americans stuck in Gaza out of the region. Good morning to you, sir.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Margaret.
Sheikh, the White House told us that at least one American is expected to be released by Hamas.
Only one?
Right.
Only
hold on,
one?
hold on. Like that day, it was that little girl.
You've seen the list of hostages. Will we see 4-year-old Abigail Idan released today? And are you?
We better, bitch.
She's been released.
All right. Or we're going to come make a parking lot out of you.
confident this exchange will happen?
Well, so far things are moving in the right direction. We've been working very closely with the U.S. government, with the
I won't tell you this guy. I know his name is Sheikh
Mohammed Al bin
He's got a pretty badass backdrop. I mean, that's probably really his office.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty. It's a clean look. You know what I'm saying?
Sure
That's a studio.
I mean, he's part of the government.
No, I
It's part of the propaganda government of Qatar that's hiding all of the Hamas leaders.
Yeah, and their luxury hotels.
Yeah.
We are hoping that we will see
Great
the
guy.
release happening shortly, and within the list, they include Abigail, the young girl, 4 years old.
Yeah, what happened
Will
to her
we
parents?
see more Americans released soon?
And who do we release her to if you've killed her parents?
The rest of the family.
Right.
And don't you think we should kill you if you've killed her parents?
I mean, he didn't kill them.
I think the you he's talking about Hamas.
Yes, that's what they're trying to do.
No, when I talk about you, I'm talking about Hamas, the people that this guy's probably harboring.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
There are still.
I'd be like, you go back and tell those son of a bitches that you got up in VIP penthouse suites and stuff, all those son of a bitches, that we're going to, don't start releasing Americans, that we're going to start bombing those hotels in Qatar where they're staying. We know where they're at.
Can you read his name for me?
The Bush doctrine was, if you hide, harbor, or train, we will destroy your country. So this would never happen. Years ago, and I'm not a pro-war guy by any means, but there has to be
I'm a
peace
pro-flex
through
guy.
strength. And so, do you remember they did one little shelling during Trump's presidency? Iran did, and we blew the crap out of them.
Took out the leader of the.
I mean,
the
it was
ISIS,
like
uh,
it was
like a dog.
unbelievable. They didn't do anything more. He said basically, don't do anything. And then the press made a big deal that some of the military people had some concussion injuries, which is terrible and all. But we have people that are being really injured right now.
Killed.
Yes, Americans.
Some names.
Remix.
Sorry, remix.
Which supposed to be on the first group. Until now, we didn't get the confirmation yet. But we are working on daily basis and making sure that.
Hey, Hakmar, let me tell you something.
Pardon?
Hey, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Tanina.
Pretty good.
You,
pretty strong
guy I'm on. You need to go back and tell your people that we're fixing to make everything a Kiss concert.
Well, I mean, the trade deal is pretty good. 3 prisoners for 1 hostage.
Right.
So they're just waiting until they get the prisoners they want.
Prisoners
Every day we
versus
have the
innocent
list of the
hostages,
next-
children and women.
And you've killed a lot of them, too.
Day. So we are hopeful that to have a confirmation of a proof of life for them and hopefully the release at the end of the agreement. As I mentioned, things are happening on a daily basis, and we are focused on today's operation, and hopefully that will happen very shortly from now.
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, I understand a Qatari delegation visited Israel yesterday and Gaza today. Do you expect that?
So is Qatar trying to be like the Switzerland of these two?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're brokering deals,
This
but also
4-day
harboring the leaders of Hamas
Hiding,
who
harboring.
pledged to do October 7th over and over and over again.
And they're still cool with it.
So you're trying to be Switzerland, Johnny in the middle, but you're the country where Hamas leaders are working from.
You know how much money those people have?
Like
the leaders
$11 million?
of Hamas? Billions. They have more than the Kardashians. They've stolen all that money from the Palestinians from international humanitarian aid, and they made themselves billionaires.
Extended. And if so, for how long?
Hey, is that all the supplies they're sending over? That's it?
Yeah, that's good for
that's good for about
Dan's house for 4 days.
That's That's the Diaco Thanksgiving fiesta. That's about it.
There's just dance monsters.
Arlene's whipping that up in a half hour.
Well, actually, we are hopeful. According
probably our tanks and our forklifts and this is probably our plane.
No, that's theirs. It's a
Is it theirs that we gave to them?
I think probably.
One we left in Afghanistan for them to go get.
Agreement that
I mean, they're not the Taliban.
Being agreed upon in the
Well, they're the Taliban to me.
Okay, hey, that's fair.
Few days for this.
Some of that equipment could be there. They could have sold some of that equipment
No,
there.
that's actually brilliant. That's a brilliant comparison because they are hiding the Hamas, much like the Taliban were giving shelter to Al Qaeda.
Right.
So that's actually a perfect analogy.
I'm like thinking, you're
brilliant.
Thank you.
Oh wow.
If you're harboring the bad guys that are doing bad stuff, then you are
The
just
Taliban.
as bad as they are.
Correct.
But Jay makes a good point too. Is that a lot of the
Let me just tell you
stuff in
something.
Afghanistan was
If I
bought
go
by
out
Qatar.
and shoot a bunch of people today at the mall, and I go to Jay's house, and Jay puts me up in the upstairs, VIP bedroom,
right? Yeah.
And he lies to people and doesn't know where I'm at, playing cute games. And Jay is not offering me to Tampa PD or to Chad Chronister. He's not. He's just keeping me up in the cut.
And
Jay,
you took some hostages back to the house.
Jay is just as culpable as I am. I'm just telling you, when the cops come in, they're not going to say, "Oh, Jay, no problem with you, buddy."
No, it's aiding and abetting.
Right.
Harboring.
The agreement has a provision that if Hamas will be able to prove to locate.
Who's this joker?
The Prime Minister of
The Prime
Qatar.
Yeah, I'm
Minister of
coming
Qatar.
again.
I'm sure he was elected democratically.
Of course.
If I'm Bubba, President Clem, I'm like, listen, I need all this whole thing needs to be done by Friday. I need all my Americans. I need all the I need all. Listen. Let me tell you something, Hamas. You need to be finding all the Israelites that you have in the Gaza Strip, and you need to be getting them out of there by Friday.
He should have said the day happened.
I'm blowing everything up.
October 7th, he should have said, how many Americans? Tell us now or we're going to start bombing you.
And secure.
He still doesn't
some
know.
of the hostages that are within the
Doesn't know if they're
criteria
alive or
of the
dead.
first group, which is women.
He doesn't
and
even know a
children.
number, Anna.
Then it will be extended, depends on the number that they will have.
Number, schmumber. You're just playing games with me.
Bubba, we
How
don't even
many
know.
Americans? So we don't know?
We have no idea.
We don't know.
He said that this weekend, given his press conference. Biden did. How many? We don't know. Are they alive? We don't know.
This is something we cannot confirm yet until we.
If I'm President Clem, I know how many we got over there, how many you've killed, how many we need to get back, and how much I'm going to kill you once I get my people back. Just saying. For every day that you keep my people, I'm going to make it worse for your country.
Just think about the way
Got a
other
big
presidents,
ass nuke, bitch. It's got your name all over it.
other presidents,
We need
Republican,
Ric Flair as
Democrat,
president.
No, we do not.
they react differently to this. Most, I mean, even
Yes,
Obama reacted differently to this kind of stuff.
Fourth day, then
Well, Obama was awake and cognizant.
Right.
Nice word.
Hamas should present the list if they are available with them.
All right, whatever. Get off me.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
Sheikh Hama Lama Wama.
Nailed it.
Arrest made after 3 Palestinian college students shot in Vermont. So now, what is this? Is this a? Who got shot? The
3 Palestinians in Vermont.
Yeah.
Well, that probably ain't very cool now, is it?
No.
Well,
Brown University
the story
is one of
is
3
omitting a lot of facts. I don't know a lot about it yet.
men of Palestinian descent shot in Burlington, Vermont. And tonight, police there are searching for the gunman who shot Hisham Ewartani and 2 friends. They say the shooter confronted the 20-year-olds out on the street last night and then suddenly opened fire. All 3 are in the ICU tonight. Some of the victims were wearing keffiyehs, scarves that have come to symbolize Palestinian solidarity. Police have not yet called it a hate crime, but many are asking for a...
If you're shooting a guy based on the kind of scarf he wears, I think that might be a hate crime.
But there's no evidence of that yet. That's what they said. I mean, when they say things like that statement he just said, there's no evidence of it yet, but it appears. I mean, it's just to inflame the public.
Why would you be safeguarding the people that potentially did this?
But they say they're assuming this is a terror act. But when the transgender shooter shoots up a Catholic school, there's no motive behind it. You can't assume the motive behind it. But on this one, because it's the protected victim class, you can assume the motive immediately.
Given the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. WBZ's Laura Hafley spent the evening
Let's
on
see what Laura looks like before we go into words.
the Brown campus
Hope
and
she's
spoke
super
to
hot.
Ewartani's
I hope she's super
Come on,
hot.
Boston, what you got?
Story's bringing me right down to 0.
uncle.
3 students of Palestinian
Sounds
descent
gross.
studying at universities in New England were shot in Burlington, Vermont.
Maybe she's nerd hot. You don't know.
I don't
while
know.
visiting family for the Thanksgiving holiday.
We were so happy to have them
Super
visit
hot.
us for Thanksgiving.
Kenan Adbalhamid and Tassen Ahmad both attend colleges in Connecticut. And Hisham Ewartani
Looks like Michael Hutchins from NXS.
is studying at Brown University.
Give me what you need. Give me what you
Before he
need.
choked
in
himself
Rhode
out.
Island. All 3.
Did you know he did not die that way?
What?
I did not know that.
No.
Did he kill himself?
What?
No, it's a big whodunit. Like, he did not die of autoerotic asphyxiation.
Really?
That was propaganda spread by Bob Gilding, who was at the one time the editor of the Penthouse magazine, who was dating Michael Hutchins's just recently. He just broke up with this chick, had a daughter with this girl, and Bob Gilding was blasting her and had a poison pen and a forum and spread that word. Look, you know what, Lummy?
Really?
Instead of dealing with this craziness, look that up.
Yeah.
All right.
Look that up and see if, bitch, I am going to drop the mother effing mic if I'm right on that one.
Non-scripted and unregulated.
Sort of like the same sensation you get after sex.
Bubba the Love Sponge. The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
Thank you. You gotta demerge. You gotta demerge quick this.
I will. Put this over. Thank you.
Did you get some activity?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Lummy, you looking it up?
Yes.
All right.
Let's get Karen knows all about it too.
Link is going up. Link is going up. Link is not going up.
Anything?
Well, I'm trying to see what I found articles how he obviously hates Hutchinson. I was trying to find one where it said that he's the one who spread the rumor.
Oh, and then I'm gonna do the cake song. Battery on. Cake, 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 cake. It's not even my birthday. What is that song called? The cake song. Put your name on it, maybe? Birthday cake? That ain't Rihanna. Whatever. There. Put your name on it. Put your name.
Well, at least he has his priorities in order.
Great. What do we do with him now?
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
talking about Michael Hutchins, and I Googled it and looked into it. But there's a Netflix or some kind of documentary about this particular topic.
Yeah, there is.
And do you have it, Lummy?
I'm trying to.
Or the trailer of it?
I'll get it.
But he was married to this British
Paula Yates, I think it was.
Yeah, Paula Yates. She was like a television personality in the UK, and they had a daughter together, and the daughter was like named Tiger Lily. I'm sorry, they named the kid Heavenly Hirani Tiger Lily.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so
That's
then
cool.
they broke up. Michael Hutchins and this Paula Yates. This Paula Yates starts dating Bob Geldof, who the not the guy from I don't think Penthouse, but the former like Bob Geldof was he
started Live Aid, right?
He was a rock and roll guy, wasn't he? Right.
Yeah, he did do Live Aid.
And she started dating him, and Michael Hutchins was in Australia or somewhere when there was supposed to be some kind of child custody hearing, and he lost. And Bob Geldof called him up and really started gloating and saying you lost your daughter, you'll never see her, blah blah blah. And so he killed himself.
I sent you the trailer. I think of the same one that we were talking about.
Yeah, he killed himself, and they automatically and like a bunch of people who know him and everything said that he would never do that, but they may have staged it to look like it was because that's like if in killing yourself terms, that's kind of the weirdest way to go. Like you instantaneously get deemed kind of a weirdo if you go out like that, right?
Yeah.
The amount of experience that you go through.
I think his sister, Anna, to this day, grants interviews about her brother.
Get her.
Yeah.
Doing what we do is many lives.
Guy, he looks just like that guy.
Yeah, he did.
Look at that picture, Anna. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Point for long enough to understand it.
Oh yeah, just like him.
Exactly.
I met him in Daytona Beach.
Really?
Back in 1991.
His music still holds
when
up.
there's one person in the room that has a special light, that was him.
He was the complete package.
And everyone wanted a piece of him.
Michael always had that aura about him.
My sister's obsessed with him. Like she thinks he's one of the hottest men ever to live.
Oh, she texted me a bunch of
If
things
you're a
about him.
sensual being, all of your senses need stimulation. A lot of it was based around pleasure, let's face it.
Yeah, Tara said
Hey,
you got the
Rozzy?
story wrong.
Oh, I
She was first with Geldof.
Hold on, I got the story wrong. Go ahead.
She was first with Geldof and then started dating Michael. And I guess Bob or whatever his name is wanted to see the kids. And I suppose they wouldn't let him see the kids.
Tara knows.
Yeah, she
knows.
Zero success.
He actually wanted to be an artist.
I think it confused him whether he wanted to take on being Michael Hutchins.
It started to take its toll on him.
Being Bubba the Love Sponge is starting to take its toll on me too.
Uh-oh.
Enough. We're running late. We gotta go. Lummy, we got to get ready for our 6 millionth download podcast celebration where I reveal what famous, semi-famous, or famous at the time person that I got to jet ski in Chicago, June of '89. You're going to want to get that down. You're going to want to get that podcast. Go to Bubba Army HQ and sign up. BubbaArmyHQ.com. Jay, thank you. I got something for you.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Brett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here watering
up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.